I've learned, such a match to a bridge, it's always gonna burn. And I'm lost even when I'm staring at the map. My only wish now is I could take it all back. And I've robbed every bank from here to Houston. Only thing on my mind now is keep on shooting. Yeah, just keep on shooting. And shotgun blasts ring out through the air. Anything in front of my gun don't have a prayer. And bullets spread out into the sky. I'm immortal now, baby, legends never die. You got me caught now, yeah, you think you won. But probably you're just the next bullet in my gun. Wow, probably you're just the next bullet in my gun. Well, I hear the lonesome whistle of the southbound train. Even the burn of whiskey won't kill my pain. Well, the moon gets full and the coyote cries. These men are out driven by greed and lies. You see that smoking gun in my hand as the bodies all drop into the desert sand. Remember back when it all meant something. Gunshots in the distance will keep on running. Yeah, just keep on running. And shotgun blasts ring out through the air. Anything in front of my gun don't have a prayer. And bullets spread out into the sky. I'm immortal now, baby, legends never die. You got me caught out now, yeah, you think you won. Well, probably you're just the next bullet in my gun. Wow, probably you're just the next bullet in my gun.
They got me again. I kicked
That's
up.
why I started laughing.
I kicked the cameras up early, and I'm just sitting here rocking out. And I was like, "You sons of bitches!" I cannot time that song.
I literally saw it coming to the point where I started laughing, thinking, I guarantee you got him again.
Yeah, I cannot time that fucking song to save my life. Anyway,
up on the time. Because even I was sitting there going, "Okay, he's done." No shit, it's not done.
I know, right? They got me. They got me. Anyways, What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. Welcome to another episode of Nonsensical Nonsense. I'm Glick, hanging out with Jeff as always. Hopefully you guys had a good week and enjoying your weekend so far. If you're not already, go ahead and check us out on social media. On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. And go give us a follow. Go give us a liking. Give Jeff an old double thumbing. And if you want to catch every episode, up to episode 46, because I have 3 episodes, now 4 after tonight that I need to upload, go ahead and check out all the episodes on Spotify, Anchor, Google Play, Apple, basically anywhere you get your podcast jollies. And yes, we are currently live right now on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Haps. And now, if you would like to email us, and somebody's over there prematurely ejaculating all over the email.
Yeah. I do what I do. You can email us at nonsensicalnonsensepodcast@gmail.com. I'm overly excited about tonight's show. I don't know why, but I'm seriously overly excited. Oh, by the way, we missed it, but happy Pronouns Day.
What the fuck are you talking about? What's going on, Joe? What's up, Jay? How you doing?
I'm not kidding. The other day was Pronouns Day, according to somebody in the U.S. government, which means I'm changing my pronouns, by the way. I go by fuck and you.
Jeff, if you had a day job, I'd tell you not to quit it.
I know. I literally.
This guy.
I thought about that for like 20 minutes going, fucking you. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
This guy, we have one comedian on the show. He watches one Dave Chappelle show, and now all of a sudden
Speaking of stand-up comedians, I watched. There's a guy. He's got a new show on Netflix. Theo something.
Theo Dawson.
No, he's a real redneck dude. I think, like he looks like somebody we went.
Not
to high
Theo
school
Dawson. Theo. Yeah, but he looks like a real redneck guy, but he sounds like he's from the hood.
Yeah, well, yeah. Except for he says "daddy" more than me, but he says it in a different way. He says it more.
Yeah, you say it like.
He says it like cat daddy. You know, he's like, daddy, and I'm like, no, I don't. Sat through the whole thing. It took me 2 days to watch it, and I laughed maybe twice. It was really bad.
He's
Chappelle the Closer, and I laughed my ass off.
Mm-hmm. He's actually pretty funny. I can't think of his damn last name. It's Theo something. Theo Vaughn.
What is it?
Theo Vaughn.
Yeah, that guy. I think he just kind of had a bad show. Like it literally looked like the guy got lost a couple times. But I was just like, wow, this is what it looks like to bomb. Because like the crowd was chuckling, but they weren't like cracking up.
Yeah.
I felt bad for the dude.
Have you never watched any of our shows?
I know. That's the funny thing. But the first 20 minutes bombing? He did on his hair. On his haircut, because he rocks a mullet.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, this haircut here, you get this cut. And I was like, dude, we get it. You got a bad haircut. I mean, that's an easy fix. But yeah, I was not impressed. I was really excited for it because I was like, this guy, he's on my level,
Who's your daddy?
And has that, he's got that real hillbilly slang down. And I was just like, Jesus, when does it get funny? Oh, it's over? Shit. And not that I could do any better. I'm just saying. I was just like,
oh, trust me, you were trying your new stand-up routine.
I think he was holding back too. I think he was trying to hold back.
You were trying your new stand-up routine in the pre-show, and if we were in person, I'd hit you with tomatoes. But
I'm telling you, I'm going to name one of the puppies 10 Mile. That way I can tell everybody I walked 10 miles. That's funny.
Theo Vaughn's actually really funny. I like that dude. He is
funny, but it was more like the special he did was just wow. I think he was just
Like,
I think he's worried about getting canceled, so he just really chilled it out. You know?
well, that goes through a lot of comedians' heads right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them that go through that. Jay said we all have off days. He could be really good. Now he
I
really
think
is.
that's what it was. But
Or
I've seen him
10,000
on
steps.
TikTok and stuff. He's hilarious.
Yeah. He's got his own podcast and stuff, much like all the big comedians do. But his podcast is pretty funny. Speaking of Jay, I don't know if you remember, Jeff, but a few weeks back, Jay came in and asked us for advice, and I was actually kind of curious, since he's in here, how everything went, whether he got that inspection and was able to get everything squared away so he could get his roof fixed.
Oh yeah, I'm curious.
But so was that your series of the week? Your Theo Vaughn experience?
No, good God, no. It was because I wouldn't recommend it because it was just like I said, for what it was, if I'd never seen a comedy special, I probably would have laughed. But the problem is I watch all of them, even the bad ones, because I love stand-up comedy. I think it's one of the greatest forms of comedy. Kevin, can you please turn that down? I can hear it over my headphones.
And this, folks, is why you don't take advice from people who criticize or review things, because everybody has a different taste. Where you thought,
I'm sure there was a couple people that are having a blast.
Yeah, you thought it was bad. I might watch it and think it's hilarious.
Exactly. Which is, I was hoping you'd watched it and maybe give me your opinion.
I have a list of specials that I would like to watch. I just haven't gotten around to them yet. And that very well could be the case, because if you go back and find some of Theo's other stuff and watch some of his other specials and stuff, dude is out there. He is off the wall, and he is. Like I said, I think it was a bad taping, and he was worried about being canceled. But other than that, I mean, he did well. I mean,
he talked about his what was that?
Oh, that's just me pushing buttons over here accidentally.
But actually, no. My series of the week is
that's me playing you off. Your time's up.
Yeah.
I need to get that soundbite when you start talking over, like the other night when you guys were doing that stupid ass Cancun. Nah. I should have had music.
I know. I was trying to stop, but it was like it's like me telling you about sports is what it felt like to me. You know what I mean? It's like, Chris, I watched a football game. Do you know about football? Let me explain it to you, kind of thing. Not to shit on dude, but I've been here for 20 years. There's nothing he's telling me that I don't know. You know?
Yeah.
No, but actually, my series of the week is actually called You. It's about it's 3 seasons. It's actually about a guy that becomes obsessed with different chicks. And obsessed is putting it lightly. Because I swear season the body count the body count of deaths in the show, I swear to God, grows every season. It's so fucking weird. And the whole time he's got a internal dialogue that you can hear. Yeah. Like he's talking to you, and she's like, is she flirting with me? She is flirting with me. And it's like, no, she's not. She's asking you where this book goes. You know? Yeah. Really good show. 10 episodes per season. Real easy to binge. Unfortunately, I still haven't seen the first season. As I was explaining to you, what happened was my wife started watching it, and she got through the first season, and I walked in the room, and she was about 3 episodes into season 2. I was like, what the crap are you watching? Yeah. Because I heard the guy talking to himself. I was like, what is this crap? And 20 minutes into that episode, I'm like, oh, I'm in. And the new season came out, and I literally, the day my wife got home from Mexico City, the new season came out, and I was like, it's on! And we literally just sat there and binge watched the shit out of it.
Yeah. So what's the name of the show?
It's called You. Y-O-U.
Oh, I think I haven't seen the show, but I've seen that series.
He doesn't refer to his stalkers as their name. He says,
Yeah.
"You would like that, wouldn't you?" In his mind's ear, he's saying,
Yeah.
"You want me to follow you? You want me to watch?" All this weird shit. Oh, it's so fucked. And then season 2, he meets the woman that becomes his wife. Spoiler alert. And she's worse than him. But about him. And of course, as the instant he's married, he's on to the next one. He's on to the neighbor chick, and oh man, it's so fucking good. It's so fucked up. It's like it's like watching a train wreck. You cannot walk away. You're just like, oh, what's he doing now? But yeah, he likes to collect things of his.
So he's like a serial. So he's like a serial killer.
He's like a serial stalker, and then.
But you said death.
Don't reject, dude. Well, the thing is like, granted, I still haven't seen season 1, and I do plan to watch season 1. But the woman that becomes his wife, he's interested in somebody else and becomes obsessed with the woman becomes his wife. But he's she thinks he's dating somebody else, so she kills that person, and like he literally locks chick in a glass box, like a plexiglass box. Oh, it's fucked up.
Nice.
But this season is all about how they don't trust each other, and they're planning on locking people up in said box, and you can see them both hiding keys inside box. And this box is literally the size. It's like a 15, or it's like 25 by 25. It's not small by any means. It's a 25 square cube of plexiglass, and with shelves in it, so it makes it look like it's part of her bakery and whatever. And you see him at one point, he looks over at her, and then he hides a key, and then you see her looking over at him, and she hides a key, just because they obviously don't trust each other, because they might get locked in the box, and they want to be able to get out. It's so fucking weird. It's an interesting look at what the fucker. I mean, what makes it worse is they're in the suburbs in season 3, so it's like suburban life. It's like, if really.
You guys are into what sounds like a psychological thriller, check out You on Netflix.
Pretty much.
3 seasons.
On Netflix. 3 seasons, and they've set up season 4.
But to jump off subject, Jay said he got the inspection for his roof. Massive hail damage, insurance agreed, and in the process of getting 3 quotes. Thinking about getting a metal roof. What's the thought on metal roofs? I personally love metal roofs.
The only problem with a metal roof is the sound. I mean, if you got enough sound deadening, I think you're good. No, because if he's already got hail damage, imagine the sound when hail on a metal roof is like somebody used a hammer on an anvil above your head every time it,
But at the same time, how often does it hail? Whoa, hello, Echo.
This is true. This is true.
But the sound of rain on a metal roof is amazing. I love metal roofs, but that's just me.
I mean, it depends on the sound deadening. For me, I don't like the heavy sound. I mean, you'll instantly know when it's raining if you can hear it. You're like, yep, it's raining. Have you ever been in Walmart when it starts to rain? You're like, what the fuck is that? That's what it sounds
like. I love that sound. I think it's real relaxing and soothing. That
sound just means, fuck, I don't have an umbrella.
Yeah. You said metal roofs look like shingles now rather than like the barn or an outbuilding. So maybe it's...
another thing you might look into is the terracotta tiles. The Spanish tiles, they look beautiful.
But I'm sure they're super expensive.
Actually, no, they're not.
Insurance is probably not going to pay for that.
No, they're not. It depends on where you live, though. Where is Sean?
It's not as loud as Jeff just described it. It's loud if you're in a barn or something like that, but inside a house
inside a house, you barely notice it.
Because with the insulation,
the attic and insulation and all that, you'll barely notice it.
With the insulation in your attic and the gap between the roof and the ceiling in your attic, it'll dull that noise to a certain degree. Yeah. In my opinion, like I said, it's very soothing and very relaxing to me. But
it can be. It can be.
What's going on, pretty girl?
The only thing you have to worry about with a metal roof is occasionally snow will stick to the point where we've all seen those videos where guy goes to clean off his metal roof and ends up falling off.
Well, I
because
mean, snow.
it's very slick too when it's wet.
Yeah, but I mean, snow can stick on the roof of a regular house too, depending upon pitches and if you've got
it all depends on pitch and all that stuff.
So I mean,
it's all a matter of choice, really. Like I said, like you were just saying, with the metal roof, as long as you got enough insulation and sound deadening and all that fun stuff, and the space between the attic and the actual roof of your room, you'll barely notice the sound.
Unless you live in a barn, and then yes, when hail hits it, it's going to sound.
It's going to sound like drums.
Which, if you live in a barn, you have more problems than your metal roof. Kid free, how'd you pull that one off? But no, I would totally go with the metal roof if the option's there.
Yeah, well, it also go up faster. Shingles are
it'll go up faster. They've got a longer life. Than shingles, and
you can paint them any color you want.
And yeah, there's that. You can paint your roof every year if you want. Yeah, anytime, Jay. Well, then you're really going to have some sound. You're really going to dull the sound.
There's a video. I saw a video.
I lived here for 20 years, and I painted the roof every year.
Somebody sent me a video the other day of a guy cleaning. He paints cars every day, and he cleaned off his paint stand where he sets fenders and whatnot, and it was literally 4 inches thick, and you could see the different layers of paint, and it looked cool as shit.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Well,
but
I mean, lifetime, right?
Yeah. It was like
lifetime.
20 years. Looks like 20 years he hadn't cleaned off that thing, and I was like, yeah,
that would be pretty cool.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. Summer said, "I'm kid free." I said, "Ask her how she got to be kid free." She's like, "I just left him." That's one way to do it. Somewhere. Yeah. Get tired of his ass. Well, they went to his friend's birthday party today. So
okay. Then he stayed the night.
Apparently, lifetime guarantee on the roofs. There you go. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, jump all over lifetime guarantee.
That's the way to go. Lifetime guarantee. You can't even get that with certain tools.
But
even craftsmen's starting to renege on that shit.
Cash was supposed to go. Speaking of kids' birthday parties, Cash was supposed to go to a birthday party today, and we went over to my grandma's house because Pops and Joe are getting ready to leave for Florida, and then we just had to get together. It's very rare that my family gets together. When my aunt and uncle was there, my cousins were there, and my cousin had her boys there, and they're around the same age as Cash. And man, as soon as those boys got there, you'd have thought they'd been friends for 20 years.
Yeah.
They started running around, chasing each other.
It amazes me that kids that age, and I vaguely remember doing the same thing. If you're around a kid your age and everybody else is adults, you'll find common ground. You know.
Oh yeah.
Really.
So they started. Well, and I think they've actually only seen each other a couple times. I mean, it's not like they really know each other that well. But did
you guys ever do like family reunions and stuff?
We haven't we used to get together all the time. We haven't for years.
We
they know each other, but yeah, they know each other. They just don't get to hang out very often. I'd like to I'd like to change that to where they do get to see each other more often, and because the old saying is, your cousin's your first best friend and your last best friend.
Oh yeah. Well, literally. Up until me moving here and the distance thing, my cousins and I used to hang out all the time. We had family reunion every year, and the cool thing is we had family all over the country, so every year we'd have it in a different location, and it would rotate. So every 7 years it was at my house, and 7 to 10 families. And we'd literally just end up crashing all at one pile. So it got to the point where the kids, mainly us, would literally show up with tents. And we're staying the weekend in the tent. We'd always do it Memorial Day weekend because it's a 4-day weekend and the adults get fucking hammered. And my Uncle Mark, I learned very quickly on in my young life that the man is not afraid of anything when it comes to volleyball. I've seen this man dive into a pile of cement concrete blocks to save a ball.
Yeah.
I don't think a year went by where somebody
Hey, there he
didn't
is.
of some stupid game.
Yeah. Nah, so they were running around like crazy, having fun, and it was time to go. And I was like, "Hey, you want to go to your party, or you want to stay here?" Without even a thought, he was like, "I'm staying here." I was like,
Fuck them
"Okay,
kids.
save me $20."
No shit.
Because I don't know that.
That kills that.
Well, no, I was like, I don't know the kid. I don't know anything about this kid that his party was. So I just went and got him a card and threw $20 in it. You know?
Oh yeah.
So
Like, that card back up.
Yep. Right back in my wallet. Hello. In other news, Summer, the wedding's off with Summer and I.
Oh yeah.
She got engaged last night to somebody else. Okay. Threw my ring into the parking lot.
There you go.
It wasn't good enough. The new ring is bigger and shinier, I guess. So
one of them lollipop rings.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It looked like one of those like cheap ass like Walmart rings that you could buy for like $10. Her friend Crystal,
the bubblegum machine.
Yeah, her friend Crystal proposed to her last night when they went to Boo at the zoo, and it was a better proposal because it was in public and it was around people, and I suck. So she just
all, Chris.
She just tossed my ring away like
it's expensive.
Yeah.
No, I want the bubblegum ring. The one that comes
she could have sent it back to me or something.
Yeah, no shit. I could use that money.
Yeah. Right? So I wish her the best. Hopefully her new wife and her will have a long and happy marriage. It's not the money that counts, apparently.
Apparently not. It's about the feeling. It's about recognition in public. Yeah.
Sorry that my ring was in too big of a box to carry around in my pocket all day. Sorry, I got.
You hear that one story? There's a story that this guy he I don't know how he did it.
Oh, hello.
He gave his girlfriend a necklace with what looked like a rock on it. Like 6 months into dating her. Or like a year into dating her. And after 3 years,
nice.
He goes over, he says, "Hey, let me see your necklace I gave you." And she's worn it every day. And he takes it and he takes a hammer and he cracks the fucker open. And inside it was an engagement ring. And then he turns to her and he goes, "Here, I broke it, but will you marry me?" And she was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "You've been carrying this thing around for 2 years." And I was like, damn, that motherfucker can plan, because I can't plan for tomorrow, let alone 2 years from now.
Yeah. Oh, her ring box even had a stand.
Yeah.
So her ring box was better than my ring box. Everything was better. Although I did just get a booby picture. I bet she didn't get a booby picture.
I'll take your word for it.
You want to see, Jeff? Look at the camera.
But I don't want to see.
Hey, Jeff, you want to see? Look at the camera. Yeah, we officially got kicked off Facebook. Yeah, probably. I do enjoy seeing my girls. You're not wrong. Speaking, not speaking of boobies, but speaking of being at my grandmother's today.
Interesting segue, but okay.
Yeah,
grandma.
Summer said
that's two things that shouldn't go together. Grandma and boobs.
Summer said I have pretty boobs. Thank you very much, Jeff.
I'm sure you do, but as my best friend being the podcast host, I don't want to see them. Once again, the second he started diddling your pooter, you became a dude to me. And that's no offense. That's just how it is. The second you started diddling your pooter, you became dude.
As soon as I became DJ Wiki Wiki.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
like wiki wiki wah. I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, deuces. So speaking of the podcast, speaking of boobs, so I was over at my grandma's today. No, once everybody started to leave, I was the last person to leave. It was just me and Pops and Joe there, and Cash was there.
Right.
And Grandma sat down on the couch beside me, and she's like, "So, Christopher, what is this pod?" Yeah, look at these.
Damn, Grandma. I'm not nearly drunk enough.
Dueling banjos started playing in the background. What are we, Alabama fans now?
Jesus Christ. Damn, Grandma, put them things away. I hurt somebody.
Yeah, Summer said that was 5 minutes. Yeah, Summer said that I became DJ Wiki Wiki 5 minutes after she came to my house the first time. True statement. Very accurate. But so yeah, she sat down and she's like, "Well, Christopher, what is this pod show that you?" And I was like, "The podcast, Grandma." And she's like, "Yeah, whatever." And she's like, "What is it about?" I
haven't listened to it.
Yeah, I was like, "Well, Grandma, it is it's adult content. You probably and before I could even finish saying you probably wouldn't be too proud of me." She's like, "Yeah, I would probably reach through the phone and smack the shit out of both of you." I was just like, "Yeah, yeah."
I said, "Jeff, told her, like, well, Jeff's mom stopped listening like 3
episodes." I told her. I said, I was like, Jeff's mom made it like 4 or 5 episodes before she stopped listening to it.
That's when we got really dirty.
Yeah. She's like. She just kind of looked at me with disappointment, and I was like, "What? We have fun, and it's not like bad. I mean,
it's not like we're sitting there saying we want to fuck Ryan Reynolds. Oh wait, you did that."
It's like we just have fun, and that was 5 minutes.
Comes up.
Yeah, whatever happens. I say we don't talk about politics. Hey, Steph, we don't talk about religion. We just kind of have fun, and James, how you doing, sir?
It's very locker room talk. That's the only way to put it. It's literally, if we were in public, it's not something we would blurt out like, "Hey, I want to fuck Ryan Reynolds." But it's
probably
it's conversations that you would have with a bunch of guys in the room. But since we can't see our guests or our audience, we're okay.
Oh, speaking of inappropriate, what's inappropriate? Yeah, no, so. But then she proceeded to tell me how cursing shows the sign of how unintelligent you are, and basically telling me that I curse too much. And I was like, "Actually, Grandma, according to scientific research, those who curse are on the average more intelligent." Are more intelligent than the average person. And she's like, "Exactly. No, I don't think so." I love my grandma to death, but she, as she's gotten older, she's become more religious and more proper, I guess, or appropriate. I do remember a time when I was younger, my grandma was a heathen. And used to enjoy her sauce.
All older people, because they're like, "I'm getting close to the grave. I better be right with Jesus," just in case.
James, if your son goes to Michigan State, you should disown him and write him out of your will and never talk to him again. If he's going to go to a school in Michigan, he should go to the University of Michigan.
What is the difference?
No, she's definitely not going to be listening. Michigan State is the little brother to Michigan. They're like a bitch. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I get on board with Florida Gators. Hopefully what's he getting? Trying to get a full ride for? Summer said, "My friend TJ and his wife were at the party. As I was leaving, I looked at him and said, can I have sex with her so the baby will hurry and come out?" What the hell? I don't know why you having sex with another woman's going to help a baby come out any faster. I don't think understand how that works.
I was gonna say, actually, supposedly, I don't know how true it is because we tried it and it didn't work. But apparently, having sex can induce labor. But
I meant you. Wait,
penetrative
me?
sex.
You want me to have sex with her? I don't even know who she is.
Chris, she's giving you permission to fuck somebody else. You don't ask questions. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Or maybe she was telling him. Maybe she was telling him to. I don't know. I'm so confused. Oh, nice. He's that good, James? Apparently, his son's trying to get a full scholarship in football. Nice. I'm so confused.
That's impressive because I couldn't get a full ride for anything. Well, I could get a full ride for a tank of gas. They're like, okay, we're here. Get out. Oh, wait, they won't let me go to school here? Oh, that's not what it meant.
I'm trying to read. Okay, apparently she. Okay, never mind. I'm just an idiot. She asked if he would have sex with her so that the baby would come out faster.
That's what I thought. No, that's true. That's the thing. Apparently, semen induces labor. And pregnant sex is the best because you can just kind of, you don't have to worry about raincoats or nothing. You don't have to worry about getting pregnant.
Jeff, I feel like you're talking out of your ass right now with the whole semen inducing labor.
Google that shit. Google that shit.
Labor, just by the way you look
when my wife was pregnant with our daughter, it was getting close to the time, and I was like, Doc,
does your wife make you wear a raincoat when you guys have sex?
No.
No, then you don't have to.
No, but I mean, it's like what I'm saying is.
So you're saying like if you were out on the town and you were single, you'd go look for a bunch of pregnant bitches to try to fuck?
No. No.
That beaver done been shot. They're not coming back to you 9 months later.
Like, I don't think it's that she just likes beer. Maybe she's full.
Summer said it's not semen, you fucking dumbass.
What is it?
I think it's the motion, and if she's close to term, I think it's the motion and the fact that you're poking the baby in the forehead and it's pissed off and it's like now it's going to claw its way out and fight you or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Just tell her to jump on a trampoline. It has the same effect. Girls, and girls on trampoline.
I don't think that your science is valid there, Chris. Jump on a trampoline.
Oh, I think my science is more valid than your semen argument.
I'm telling you, Google that shit. I'd Google it for you, but I can't because my phone is literally recording.
Yeah, sex releases hormones that are like medications.
Same difference.
Hey, James, whether it's a small school or big school, if he gets a free ride, man, that's badass.
Free ride's a free ride, man, because college is not cheap.
I'd be excited.
Where you go.
Yeah, I'd be excited either way.
State school's still like $25,000 a year. You might not Honda for that.
There's a lot of guys in the NFL that did not go to big schools. I'm just saying.
Amen to that. And it doesn't matter where you go if you're dominating. You get
Tom
noticed.
Brady went to the University of Michigan. He went undrafted. Or he was drafted in the 6th round, like the last guy.
How many rounds are
Endorphins.
there? I've watched that fucking movie drafted like 17 times. I've never understood it. I'm like,
6 or 7 rounds.
Oh, okay.
Typically, your first 3 rounds are the only ones that matter. I mean, if you want to watch it.
Well,
they all matter.
It all comes down to a paycheck. The higher rank you are when you get drafted, or the close to the beginning, the more money you're going to make.
There's a rookie salary.
Dan Marino was one of the last picked, and he got paid big time because he killed.
Yeah, there's a rookie salary cap.
Yeah, well, there is, but I mean, you're a first draft pick or last draft pick. There's a couple $1 million in there that's missing.
Well, it's not even millions when you're a rookie.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you get signing bonuses and all that stuff.
Well,
now you get signing bonuses and this, that, and the other thing when you go early in the first couple rounds, but they capped the rookie salary because, say for instance, go way back, and I know you have no idea who this is, but Tim Couch, when the Cleveland Browns came back in '99, they drafted Tim Couch #1 overall, Heisman Trophy winner out of Kentucky, was supposed to be the man and was a bust. And there's a lot of guys that have been bust throughout the years that have gone early, and they get these big fat paydays, and then they suck. So there's a when the first couple rounds, you're going to get paid more than the guy who was picked in the 6th round, but still, I was trying to think, and I didn't.
Getting drafted alone, I don't care who you are. That's like winning the lotto.
Yeah, but James said that he thinks the NFL minimum is $375,000 a year, on top of whatever bonuses. Yeah, whatever bonuses you get.
Still, it's nothing to sneeze. I mean,
it's nothing to sneeze.
I know a lot I could do with $350,000.
But I think a lot of that had to come into play because of bust and stuff like that. I mean, you get guys that come into the league that are and then you get guys that, like I said, like Tom Brady, or and Tom Brady's just obviously the first one that pops in my head. But there's been a ton of guys who have
Tom
come
Brady,
into the league.
He was like 4th round.
He was the last pick of the draft.
Well, there you go. And he's I know who Tom Brady is, for fuck's sake. I can't tell you who he plays for.
But there's a lot of guys that either go undrafted or drafted super late who become mega stars, superstars. The XFL was paying their guys $50,000.
Yeah.
$50,000 salary, and then they made bonuses on all the random dumb shit. So
beats working at McDonald's, let me tell you.
Well, I don't know anymore. McDonald's is some of these McDonald's are saying they're going to pay up to $22 an hour.
Yeah, but once again, working at McDonald's is it's soul crushing.
Yeah, but at the same time, they will hire a brain dead retarded chimpanzee to work at McDonald's because I'm pretty sure that my McDonald's down the road is completely employed by brain dead retarded chimpanzees.
I can move inside. Yeah, well, it's not the most demanding job in the world. I'm not going to say that, but I'm just saying, because if I go there and I order a sandwich and I don't want onions on it, and then I open the sandwich and there's 3 pounds of onions on it, it's like, what the fuck? That is true.
Wait a minute, McDonald's is 25% human meat? Well, if that's got human meat in it, then human meat is delicious, and I'm considering becoming a cannibal.
What 100%? Jeffrey Dahmer just learned that fact, and he was like, fuck it, I'd make my own. What?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Papi. Shut up, Kevin.
Yeah. That was Michelle.
No, it's because it
literally, I don't know if you can hear it, but it started pissing down rain just as I moved in.
Nice. Hey, I wonder, Pops, are you around? Are you ready? You got your...
I was wondering.
Your top 10?
He mentioned
Jeff,
on
you're gonna...
Facebook that he's I'm going to have to move further in, but he's finished a new chapter, or final chapter in his life, or some shit like that. And I was like, well, as long as you got your top 10, I don't care. I was like, that just sounds like douchey. But I was like, do you got your top 10, though? Oh, man, I don't like that. Shit. Gotta move farther inside.
Wahlburgers. I've never had Wahlburgers. Wahlburgers are way better than McDonald's. That's 100% not human meat. Well, I mean, I've never had Wahlburgers. I'm not a big fan of McDonald's anyways, but I mean, I'll go there. It's not like I'm going to be like, oh, what McDonald's? I'll never eat McDonald's. Shut up. Yes, you do. You probably, people who say that probably eat McDonald's 4 times a day.
And probably eat more McDonald's than we do. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. My kids love McDonald's.
If I had enough money, because I'm not a food connoisseur, I'm not like, hey, let's go here because it's super fancy. I don't care about that. I eat because I have to.
Well, I hope your signal is better than it was the other night, because you've killed us the last 2 episodes.
Oh, my God.
Hey, get ready. You can go ahead. I'll be getting ready to bring Pops in.
Yeah, that's fine. But I think if I had enough money, I would literally eat McDonald's probably 3 or 4 times a week. I'd be 400 pounds.
Yes, I 100% agree with that statement, James. James said nobody can make a better burger than you can on your own grill. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. I'll go with that, because I do make a mean burger. It's just the preparation, just making a burger. Just like, kind of a pain in the ass.
Nobody can make better barbecue than this guy. when I make my own. Oh, the robot has entered the room. Stop fucking moving around, Pops.
We're gonna have to do audio only again.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Pops told me what his top 10 list was today, and I may wind up shooting myself in the head tonight on this podcast.
Is it that bad or that good?
No, I mean you're gonna love it.
Nice. It's car related.
Yeah.
All right. Pop stops moving. Every time he moves, it fucks everything up.
Signal fucks up.
Yeah. They're actually moving to Florida next weekend. So that's probably what he was.
Check the basket.
Yeah, they're getting ready to move to Florida next week, so that's probably what he was talking about, the next chapter of his life.
Yeah. Kevin.
I just hope when he moves to Florida, he's got better fucking signal.
Amen to that.
Gets off this odd lots Wi-Fi he has going on.
I'm literally being bothered by my kids while we do this.
I'm telling you, man, get a Nerf gun and glue thumbtacks to the top of them.
I swear, I want to start locking myself.
Thank you, James.
Bathroom.
Cheers to you, brother.
Start locking myself in the bathroom so I can't stop.
Hear me better.
There we go.
Yeah, we can hear you better. Yeah, you go buy you a Nerf gun. You super glue thumbtacks to the bullets, and then you just shoot them when they come. Every time they come in the room and start yelling.
I know. I'm buying me.
Cheers, James. Apparently, this is James's new fun game. He gives us awards, and every time he does, I choose him and drink.
I'm not piggybacking off of you.
Appreciate that, Bubba.
That is
Piggybacking
awesome.
off of you.
Both of them, yes.
So Pops, you got your top 10. Are you ready, willing, able?
So yeah, I got my top 10. I'm ready. I'm able.
Who's got this phone in the background?
Oh, I'm hearing myself.
I can hear an echo.
Nonsensical Nonsense presents Real Men with Lack of Genius. Today we salute you, Mr. I Drive Billy for no reason. So it's your time to shine. Give us your top 10.
Genius?
Yeah, turn your volume down.
I was gonna say I can hear that echo.
You're killing me, Joe. Turn your volume down, please.
It's not very loud, but it's just there. And
Halloween award. Cheers to you, sir.
Yeah.
James is like, I'm getting Glick fucked up tonight. He said the drinking word tonight are awards. Every time you get an award, you have to drink. Joy told me to kiss her ass. We got to get Joy some earbuds.
Another GoFundMe.
She just don't want them in.
Yeah, right.
She just don't put them in. All right. Are we ready for this?
Yeah.
We're as ready as we're gonna. We're as ready as we can be with your shitty ass service.
Jesus. I thought my signal was bad.
Good. That's they keep moving. All right. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Number 10. Top cars of all time. Not 10 top cars of time. Jackie, you have this shit. Have you ever heard of a Benzie?
You're cutting in and out, Pops. I can barely hear you.
He's cutting out really bad.
Bad. Yeah. Maybe.
Oh my god! I thought you were gonna turn your internet on and Chuck. You're killing me.
Yeah.
Too bad there's not a robot award. I know, right? That would be.
Yeah. Actually, my phone full signal. It keeps talking up on me.
Hey, James, go tell all your friends. This could be a good drinking game for me. This could be extremely beneficial. I could pay my rent and car payment after one show.
Closer and closer.
Yeah, right.
I had to move because
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
wet.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna see if I can
Screen,
do this.
am I?
Yeah, no, you're not.
Yeah, see if you can.
All right. Oh my God, your service is so bad.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh my God. Okay, tell Joanne to text me the top 10. I'll do the top 10.
Do Chris again.
You're gonna try it this time? All right, here. I'll shoot it over to you.
Yeah, I'll try it. I don't know what's going on, but I thought, yeah, it's so bad.
It's internet lately, but like the first couple times he did it, it was flawless, and then all of a sudden it was like, what the shit?
Well, they're out at the campground. They're not at the house anymore, so they don't have like actual Wi-Fi. They're trying to use like Joe's hotspot on their phone. And can you try it without the Wi-Fi, Dad? Can you do it with just your phone data?
That's where I'm on. I'm on my phone.
Ah.
Well, now I can hear you.
I can't send this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think his camera is what fucks it up. If he goes without camera again, he might get away with it.
Summer said she's going to give James my phone number so he can deal with my drunk ass. He keeps dropping awards. I was like, hey, this is going to be a fun drinking game. Every award. Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear me. Okay. All right, what did you do? Drop the camera on me?
Yeah.
All right. Number 10.
Yeah, I dropped the camera on you.
Number 10
so we got top 10.
Top 10 all-time vehicles.
What was your top 10 list?
Top 10 all-time vehicles.
Top 10 vehicles. Cars.
The bomb award because we're currently bombing.
Yeah, probably. All right. Maybe, like I said, hopefully it'll get better. Number 10 is a Benz motor wagon.
Okay, yeah. The Benz motor wagon was a one of the first vehicles.
Yeah, it was created
3 miles an hour.
1886, and powered by an internal combustion engine. Was assembled. The motor wagon was
holy shit, James!
The world's first motor car.
What do you do?
Powered by a steam or electric engine.
Yeah. Top speed was like 3 miles an hour. They're on the game Gran Turismo. They have it, and it is the slowest thing in the world.
They only made 25 of them. I wonder why.
Yeah. Holy shit!
And 25 were built in the 4-stroke engine that powered the early model. Produced less than 1 horsepower. Jesus Christ, are you kidding me?
My lawnmower's got more than that.
Which Gran Turismo?
Number 9.
Gran Turismo 5, I think. The last one. 5 or 6.
Nope. Number 9. Stop
5.
moving, Pops.
No, our number 9. Number 9. Oh, stop moving.
Yeah.
Number 9. Waverly Electric.
Waverly Electric.
Anyone who thinks electric cars are an invention of the 21st century, sorely mistaken.
They're older than dirt.
This was produced from 1896 to 1914.
Yeah, terrible top speed, terrible runtime.
Owned by celebrities such as Diamond Jim Bailey,
Never heard of it.
Thomas Edison owned one.
Well, of course he
Among
did.
owners, it was marketed as a woman's friendly automobile. The Waverly was easy to start, easy to drive, and usually came with an enclosed coach.
All right. Number 8.
But as number 8, this is,
Get into
I'm
the cool
surprised
cars.
this come in at
Jesus.
number 8. I'm surprised this didn't even come in at number 8. The Ford Model T.
Ford Model T is one of the most influential cars in the world.
Yeah, and it's only 8? Come on. Part of the collection
Was it the
of
Ford?
the getaway automotive.
Ford Model T.
What?
You
Was
can
it
get in
the
any car
Ford
you want
Model
as long as
T?
it's black.
Or Tin Lizzie. It was
Wasn't
called
the,
Tin Lizzie, as Henry Ford called it.
No, I don't have it.
Wasn't the Ford Model T
influenced
one of the
every
first
single-
cars?
No, the Ford Model T
Well,
was
it
one of
was
the first
first-
cars to be built on an
Have a
assembly
good
line.
one, James.
Yeah, first
Love
Model
you, brother.
T production.
Yeah, it was the Henry Ford did not invent the automobile, which is the common mistake.
Well,
He invented the assembly line. So,
oh, okay.
he would literally,
Be an extra one.
have all the parts in different spots in the modern day assembly line. He actually created it, and the Ford Model T was one of the first cars to be built on it, which is why the Ford Model T was so cheap and made the automobile accessible to the masses. And you can get it in any color you want as long as it was black.
Yep. This thing was
It's only
produced
black.
between 1908 and 1927.
Yep.
15 million models were produced. All
And,
right.
and you know how many hours still on the road?
Number-
Almost 3.
There's still quite a few of them.
You still see them, but they're all modified, one way or another.
And
Yeah.
Jay Leno owns all 3.
Probably.
them.
I know he owns at least one fully restored, and he owns one that's been modified.
Well, I was gonna say, I know Jay Leno is a huge car guy, and he loves the old
He's got
cars.
Stanley Steamers, for fuck's sake. You want to talk about a fucking weird ass car?
Yeah. All right. Moving on.
Number
What's
7.
going on,
Number
Facebookers?
7. Number 7. The VW Beetle. Believe that shit?
Yeah, it was hugely popular. I mean, the hippies loved it.
They
It's still
sold
pretty
it all
popular
the way-
today.
They sold it in
Marketed
Mexico
as-
until 2004.
Hey, these things actually float too?
Yes, they do.
What's that?
Me and my brother-in-law, these things actually float.
Oh yeah.
And you cannot get the son of a bitches stuck either. Me and
Wanna
my
bet?
brother-in-law actually tried to get one stuck. Could not
You
get
and
it
Uncle
stuck.
Terry?
Yeah. He used
Yeah,
to
that
have
doesn't
one.
surprise me.
He used to broke the throttle cable on it when you run a string to the throttle.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Keep it right.
And you could run it right
Yeah,
across the
yeah.
back.
The string to the throttle cable to the injectors, right back to the
Chris has no
catalytic
idea what you're
converter.
talking
right to the window.
He's just throwing out card terms. The
You
only
got
problem
that
I have
front-
with a Volkswagen
You
Beetle
got front wheel
is the
disc
fact
brakes.
if you try to drive a Volkswagen Beetle in the snow, don't try to turn or stop because you're not going to do either.
Right.
Because it
Jeff,
is the
you-
most.
you used to- Jeff, you used to own a Bug, didn't you?
I've had several actually.
Did you have one when we was in school, or was that somebody? Was
No,
that one of those?
Brandon Noblet. Brandon Noblet had one. It was a '66 Super Beetle, and that thing.
I know that
Wow.
collision.
That's right.
No, it wasn't a Beetle.
It had an exhaust leak, but we just thought the car was really comfortable.
Did you know the Beetle was actually the brainchild of Adolf Hitler?
I think everybody that knows anything about cars knows that.
Well, it is a German.
Yeah, man, totally.
That's
Adolf
so
Hitler,
good.
man. I can't believe he came up with the idea for the Beetle. That was so cool, Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't actually come up with it. He didn't actually come up with it. He put it in. He got it into production, saying it was the car for the people. No,
because it looked like a gas chamber.
No, well, it was. I mean, you got to remember this is before World War II when it came out. But
So, says the guy who
It
drove
was
around
actually
with one with him.
It was a very versatile guy.
yeah,
It was a very versatile car.
it's
Okay, well, that's enough praising of Adolf Hitler on one
let's
episode.
move
Calm
on.
down, you
Let's
two.
go on to number 6.
Numbers.
Calm
Calm down.
6. No,
I do not
Number
condone
6.
the
Now,
activities
this is a
of
nice
these
car.
two neo-Nazis.
This is actually a nice car. The Cord L29.
The Cord?
It's pretty cool. Cord L29.
Oh, the Cord L29.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first of all, I know that
L29.
Honda makes the Accord. Stop playing games.
No,
Ford.
no.
L29.
This is not.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
It's really
First
starting to
4-wheel drive automobile sold in the United States, introduced in 1929.
It's the precursor to the Escort.
Radical, different. Oh no. This one.
Not
The
the Escort,
L29 had an
the Escort
elegant
from
design.
from Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elegant design that elevated it above its competitors. Unfortunately, the timing of release canceled with the stock market. Conceded with stock market crash of 1929.
Yeah, well, that'll do
After
it.
a few years, L29 was taken out of production.
I just looked up a Ford Accord L29, and it does not even pop up. I feel like you're lying to me.
No, it's not a. It's not
called
a
Ford L29.
Oh, just
Not
a Ford
Accord.
L29?
L29.
Well, he said Accord. Ooh,
No,
that's
he
nice.
said Ford. Ford.
No, I just said it was
Ford.
a Ford.
Maybe he did. Oh, that's actually really cool. Oh, it's a cord. It's a cord. Like C-O-R-D.
Cord.
Ford.
It's
C-O-R-D. Like
C-O-R-D.
like attached to your drill.
Yeah.
Plug it into the wall.
Ford A, or the Ford cord. Yeah, it's an A space cord. Okay, no, I got it. That is cool.
Cord.
That is a cool looking car.
Show the picture on screen, Chris, so I can see.
Yeah, it looks like when you look at
the old Duesenbergs.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
Yeah, that's what it.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
It's a coach-built car.
It looks like something that you'd see in like the old Bond movies or something like that. The bad guy, the villain drove it.
Well,
or Count Dracula would be drove around in one.
It's basically the Great Gatsby cars.
I'm not a car guy for anybody who's listening, so
yeah, Chris has no idea what we're talking about.
It's a cool looking car.
But it's a
coach-built.
It's a nice looking car.
Yeah, coach-built.
Yeah. I'm gonna go look at sports scores while you guys are talking about cars.
They would send the frame to a coach builder, and they would build the body, so no two are alike. They're slightly different.
Shit! Let's go, Tennessee.
What's number 5?
Number 5, all time Ford F-150 pickup.
Yeah, I know what an F-150 is, baby.
Yeah,
I know what that is. I've had a few of those in my day.
I know, Jeff.
I'm gonna throw up.
1948 to replace our base pickup.
It is. I will give Ford. I will give Ford credit because it is one of the most best-selling trucks on the road.
Pop, stop moving around. You sounded perfect, and now you're a robot again.
Yeah, as soon as you move. The one thing I will give Ford is the F-150 has never been ugly. I've never seen it. I mean, well, there's a couple of them I'm like, but they're never been like. I just looked at the new 2022 Silverado, and the front end makes me want to shoot myself. So, where no Ford has ever been like, but Ford does circle their problem.
A few years back, the Ford F-150 came out with the F-150 retro package,
right?
And that thing was badass. I think they still have them, but it's got the paint job like where it's like red or blue, but it's blue on top, white in the middle, and then blue.
Actually,
And
it's
then
Chevy. That's Chevy. That's,
yeah.
that's
no,
the Big 10
it's
package.
it's
Chevy
no,
did the same thing.
It is
They did the Big 10
but
package.
Ford has, you can get a Ford F-150 retro package, Jeff. Look it up.
Oh,
It's badass, and it comes with a roll bar and KC lights on it. And it's a super cab.
Awesome.
It's really
I'm
cool.
into
It's
that.
badass.
I'm into that.
Yeah, it's really
into
badass.
I'd be into
So,
that.
anyways, after the F-150
hey,
pops.
next one.
Number 4.
After it's number 4, you Jamie, check this one out. It's called the Oldsmobile F88.
The F88.
Not it's F88. It looks kind of cool.
What years?
Throughout the 50s, General Motors.
The 50s, yeah.
It's throughout the 50s, so it must be in the 50s.
Well, the Olds always
should
had badass whips
play-
back then.
Oh, it's a prototype.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it kind of looks like a Thunderbird.
Car.
Yeah, it's literally they
Yeah.
made 2 of them, and they basically look like they have rockets coming out the ass.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I know exactly the car you're talking
Yep.
about. There only is one left, and it is
But
in
the
a
front-
it's in a museum.
But the front end looks like a blobfish.
Yep. And people screamed for them
Yeah.
to make it, and not long after that came the T-Bird.
And they never did.
Oh, I love your name.
No, they made the T-Bird instead.
It's beautiful.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous car. I know exactly what you're talking about. I didn't know what it was called, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Shut up, Nick.
Number 3.
Number
3. B Mini, whatever that is. C Mini. Proof that necessary it's the of innovations. The Mini was created by the British Motor Company.
Yeah, the Mini Coopers, man. Those things
In a
are
period
literally
of-
smaller than Beetles. The rims, Chris, this will blow your mind. The rims on a Mini, the
What's
biggest
going on, Bobby?
rim. When you would buy a Mini brand new, the rims.
Despite being just
What size of rims on your car, Chris?
Just 10 feet
Hold
long.
on.
Yeah. What are the size of the rims on your car?
16, I think.
On a Mini, they were 10 inches.
I don't fit in a Mini.
I bet you could.
No, I don't. I've tried. It's very uncomfortable. I've sat in a Mini Cooper. They are very uncomfortable.
Now, here's what's really cool about a Mini Cooper. You can easily swap out the motor for the Honda K20, which is like what's in the Honda Civic, and triple the
Oh yeah,
horsepower.
the K20. Yeah, that's a man. That man. That
You
thing
don't know what
is
you're
vroom
talking
vroom. K20 it up, baby.
But you can also
But you
swap
can
out
also
Hayabusa.
upgrade from the K20. You can upgrade from the K20 and get an L20, which boosts your horsepower like 123 more horsepower.
There's some Honda guy watching, just scratching his head, going, "L20."
And if you
The
really
fuck
and
is
if you really are
The
feeling
hell?
froggy and you want to get that extra 152 horsepower, you go from the L20 to an O20, and woo, buddy. You want to talk about a speedster?
You're one of those guys that goes to a car show, gets his ass kicked for talking shit.
Actually,
You're one of those
Paul Walker.
guys goes to car shows and he's like, "There's a miniature turbo inside my injectors. You can't see it, but it's there." And you're like,
I'm,
"Yes,
Paul,
it is, buddy."
I'm Paul Walker in Fast and
I
Furious.
took Jeff. Jeff, I took him
Why
out
are
to
you gonna get a
Mopar
different
Nationals one day,
Mhm.
and we was looking at Mopar, and he was looking inside, and he literally asked me.
messed up.
That's what you get for talking
Move.
shit. That's what you
Yeah,
get for
move.
talking shit. It's all glitched up. You
gotta- you
moved.
gotta
You're walking around.
Stand still.
Yeah, I told you, stop fucking moving. And that's what you get for
Every
talking
time
shit.
you move, you lose signal.
Look, I don't know anything about cars. That is not a big secret. But
Chris is one of
I
those
will
guys
definitely.
that gets in a car. He's like, puts the key in, it starts. He's like, everything's good. No check engine
Yep.
light. I'm awesome.
No dummy lights are coming on.
I
It
just
started.
know I have to put gas in it every once in a
Yeah.
while.
Gas and oil and put air in my tires. And if I put it in R, that's for racing, and I can go fast.
That's racing mode. You go from 100, go from D to R really fast at 120. Man, you'll just really rip some shit. Right
That's
out of your
better than
trans-
NOS.
I
We
could do a
lost you,
whole
Pops.
episode just explaining Chris how nitrous oxide works. I kid you not. And after the entire 3-hour episode, he'd be like, "I still don't get it."
I don't understand. I don't even know anymore. What?
I'd literally have to draw you pictures to make you understand it and show you videos.
No, I would just shoot myself. I'd be like, Jeff, I don't care. And you'd be like, no, listen.
Sports.
Yeah. You're like, listen, Chris, listen. When you hit the NOS, the injector flips open,
Wrong.
the valve goes upside down, the juices shoot to the rear axles. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. Does it make the car go vroom, vroom?
The difference between nitrous oxide and actual fuel are two different things. Because nitrous oxide is a gas, like as in smoke is a gas.
Yeah, it's a gas. Yeah,
like liquid.
I know what nitrous oxide is. Okay, I'm not a dummy. I just don't know what the fuck. Like, I don't know how it works in a car. So if that makes me stupid, then I'm stupid.
It basically, I can narrow it down. It's basically shoving cold air into the piston to create more of a boost, and that's a terrible explanation.
That's kind of like when I fart. That's kind of like when.
Yes. Okay, think about it this way.
It's when I fart when I'm having sex. It's like, I'm going to get the extra oomph.
Beans is your nitrous oxide.
I get that extra. Hey, girl. Yeah, it feels. I know it's only 5 inches, but right now it feels like 6.5. Oh, yeah.
Number 2.
Is Pops back? We were just bullshitting trying to get Pops back.
Number 2. Should be in there.
Yeah, we'll hear you.
Yeah, there we go.
In there?
Now you're back. Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay. Number 2. Ford Mustang. 19.
Yes. Came out 66.
6 months. 64 Mustang was the fastest car in history.
Yeah. But I still the 64 and a half, I'm with Carol Shelby. It's a secretary's car.
Well, I was just going to say, I do know one thing about Mustang is my dream Mustang is a 64 and a half. I want a 64 and a half, baby blue with the white top and white leather interior.
Yeah. Good luck trying to find a V8 one because they only.
I don't care if it's a V8 or a V6 or a straight 6 or a queer 6. I don't care if it's a queer 6. I don't care. I just want the car. I like the car.
Vroom, vroom.
I don't care. I don't need the vroom, vroom.
You want a 66.
I don't know. I like the car.
I want a 67. I want a 67 Shelby. That's what I want.
No.
I want the Shelby GT 500.
I don't care about all the specifics in the vroom vroom. I just want a 64 and a half. Yeah, I love the way that car looks. The 64 and a half, baby blue,
no, they
white
are,
top,
they are
white
the
leather
64
interior.
and a half to 67, I want to say, are basically
Why
the
is
same.
Summer a loser?
Yeah.
No, I don't care. I
I want 67 Ford. I want Shelby.
You could have put a 4.
I'm sorry, but the best looking Mustang of all
54.
time, and I'll catch shit for this, is Steve McQueen's Mustang in Bullet.
I thought you were going to say a hatchback. I was going to punch you right in the face through the camera.
technically, that one is a hatchback, but it's not like what you think when I say hatchback. It's I want to say
I know what you're talking about.
Or it's like the 65.
Pops wants the damn Shelby from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Gas Monkey did.
I want to say 65.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want Eleanor.
Which one?
Yeah. From
it
Gone
was
in
a
60
67
Seconds.
because gas.
Well, there's two Gone in 60
I want
Mr.
Eleanor. Yeah, Gone
The
in
My bad,
original or
67.
Mr.
the
Hawk.
Nick Cage one?
No,
The Nick Cage
The
one.
original? And the Nick Cage
The
one. And the Nick
original.
Cage one. You know what? It is
Nicholas
almost
Cage.
it is
Nicolas
almost
Cage.
impossible to get that car. It is almost impossible to get that car.
I didn't know that the
Even if you
Nicolas Cage
build it,
movie
it
was
can be easily
a second.
Yeah.
it can easily
Or a
taken away from
remake.
you like that. It is a remake. The original Eleanor is a yellow Mach 1, and it's ugly as shit.
Oh my god! What is number one on this list? I'm dying over here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number one is a Porsche 911.
Yeah, I love the Porsche 911.
911.
I like the nine. I like the older body style. I like the new one.
Introduced in 64.
I like the 80s.
It was introduced in
I like
64.
the 80s version. The 80s with the deep headlights.
Wow.
The newer ones.
Air cooled with an output of 100 horsepower, sophisticated rear suspension, as well as horizontal.
And probably killed more people than cancer.
Six-cylinder.
I love the Porsche 911.
But which body style?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's a trick question. They're basically all the same.
Yeah, I don't know.
Actually,
I just love
the original Porsche.
It was like the
one
80s.
Yeah, the 80s body style. The one,
Yeah.
not the one from Tom Cruise in Risky Business. I hate that fucking Porsche. It's the ugliest fucking Porsche ever made. Except for the V8.
Buggy.
That thing's ugly. But the 911 is beautiful. If I was going to get me a 911, I'd have to get the RS2 or the RS.
Just like I, Lamborghini. I don't really care for Lamborghinis, but I love the Diablo. Now, if you ask me what body style or what engine or anything like that, I would say, I don't know, the one in the 80s. It was in a movie I watched one time, and I loved it ever since.
Yeah.
I think it was in a Corey Haim and Corey Feldman movie. It was a Diablo.
It was not,
or
the
a Christian
Corey
Slater.
Corey Feldman movie. It was a Ferrari. Are you talking about License to Drive?
No, it might have been Christian Slater. I don't know. There was a movie back in the 80s that I really enjoyed, and there was a Lamborghini Diablo in it, and I fell in love with that particular car.
No, the Lamborghini Diablo is gorgeous. I love that car.
Yeah.
But I prefer the Countach until it comes to after putting your fuckers in reverse.
Man, I love the Coochie too.
The Lamborghini Countach is the one that everybody had that poster. It made the scissor doors. It was the first real scissor door car.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure,
The
Jeff.
Lamborghini
I'll just take your word for it.
The Lamborghini Diablo is an amazingly beautiful car. However, the problem with the Lamborghini Diablo is the same problem the Countach has. You cannot put them fuckers in reverse because you can't see out the back. The back window is literally the size of your rearview mirror.
I don't look out my back window. I just back up. I'm that good.
Yeah.
I drove a box truck. I probably between working at 2 Minute in a Truck and working at Washington's, I drove a box truck for 2 years. If we don't you can't look in your rearview mirror.
What I'm saying is you can't see shit out either one of those cars in the side mirrors either. You literally have to. There's a trick to backing up a Diablo or a Countach. You literally have to sit on the door frame with half your body sticking out.
Well, I'm sure if I owned one, I would. Yeah, I'm sure if I owned one, I would learn that trick.
Oh yeah, pretty much. It's almost an unwritten rule that when you buy it, the former owner has to teach you how to back it up.
No, karma getting.
Their gearbox is like shifting gears in a train. It's just clunk, clunk. Oh,
yeah.
You put a modern day gearbox in those cars, they'd be perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways,
well,
that is the top 10 this week.
Pops, thank you for the top 10. As always, we suffered through it again. Hopefully by Wednesday.
I had a blast. I could go on
Well,
for 3
I didn't-
days on this list. I shit you not.
I think I held my own pretty well in this conversation. I was able to add a lot of.
L1 and L1. Jesus Christ!
Was it
There's
no-
Honda guys in the chat just shitting themselves, going, "This motherfucker!" These keyboard Honda
they're gonna listen to this replay and they're gonna be like, "This motherfucker!" Ah! Much
We're
like
gonna get
much like
angry
the ocean.
emails from the car community. It's all
Hey,
Chris.
we're-
The first time we get an
we're-
email, it's going to be an angry email about Chris's lack of knowledge of cars. Like, you got to teach this motherfucker something.
Like, look, dummies, we hit you with the trigger warning in advance. I know nothing about cars. I never
Yes.
claimed to know anything about cars. I never will claim to know anything about cars.
I know where the
But
front end and the back end is.
I will certainly enjoy making you guys
Squirm.
scream. Yeah.
Suffer through it
Hmm.
again. No, that was a good one, Pops. Here's your towel.
Yeah, when he told me what the top 10 was going to be when we were at Grandma's tonight, after she showed me her boobs, I was like, "Oh, Jeff's going to love that," and I'm going to wander off.
I was gonna say this is the perfect time for Chris to go fried chicken or anything.
Believe me, I did. I'm like, I'm gonna play a couple rounds of Call of Duty here. I'll be
I'm
back.
so pissed with Call of Duty right now. They took off the plunder.
Well, they had
See,
to take
I
off
like
Plunder for Ghost.
Yeah, I miss plunder. I only like playing plunder.
It'll be
I
back
suck
after
at everything
Halloween.
else. Yeah,
It'll be back after this event. That's what they did.
Yeah.
So, anywho,
take a quickie break.
What did Joanne just send me?
I have no idea.
Volkswagen Carmen Gia.
Carmen Gia.
Carmen Gia. Okay, my bad. I can't even
The
fucking
Volkswagen
pronounce
thing.
cars right.
It's basically the Volkswagen thing.
Whoa. That is
Volkswagen Carmen Gia is. I've
I
had
feel like
some
I could-
friends swear by it. It's
feel like
basically
I
a
could bench
Volkswagen
press
with a
that.
box body on it. Yeah, they're
I
not
feel like
heavy at all. They're not heavy at all.
Hey, Volkswagen made the Rabbit, right? The diesel.
Yep. Yep.
Score one for the not knowing anything about cars guy. What?
Well, only because there's like 400 million of them on the road. They
In
also make the
Mexico?
Golf. No,
Yeah,
in general.
Well, the only reason I remember that was because remember the collision repair teacher had the
Mhm.
Rabbit, and they like souped it all up and everything like that.
Yeah. That fucking thing looked dope. Did you?
Yeah,
well,
that thing is
what
cool.
was interesting is one of the tests when he had new students in. I had a buddy in the classroom. Remember back in the 90s, the big thing was have the light covers. You remember light
Yeah.
covers? Okay.
Mhm.
Well, they don't make
My
light
car
covers
has light
for your
covers
Rabbit.
and eyelashes.
But a buddy of mine was telling me that they
the
they
eyelashes
said,
are for
where'd you get the
aerodynamics.
light covers for it? And he says we had to make them, and they're actually made. You remember the old bug guards that you would put on the front of your truck?
Uh-huh.
They actually took a bug guard and cut it to actually make the light covers for it.
Oh, nice.
So it was full custom. And that thing was gorgeous.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but the Rabbit was one of those cars. It was also in like 14 different movies in the 80s. All girls drove them in the 80s.
Oh, really?
They were the go-to car for the girl driver in the 80s. You ever seen the movie Can't Buy Me Love?
Too much tech for him.
Sure. I feel like I have seen that movie.
Yeah, Can't Buy Me Love is the where what's his name? The guy from fucking Grey's Anatomy, McDreamy or whatever his name is.
No, I have.
What the fucking
Dylan
guy's name?
McDermott?
No,
I
the other
don't
one.
have
I don't know.
Signal on my phone.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
I have no idea, but anyways.
Well, anyways, he pays the girl in the movie to go out with him for a week, so she can, help pay off her. My wife loves this fucking movie. She'd know his name, but in that movie, she drove a Volkswagen Rabbit, and in the movie License to Drive, Heather Graham was in License to Drive. She drove a Volkswagen Rabbit. They're fucking white Volkswagen Rabbits were the thing in the '80s for chicks, at least in movies.
Oh, Patrick Dempsey.
All right.
Yeah, Patrick Dempsey. That's who it is. Thank you.
Wait a minute.
You know, the chick that was in that movie, she died.
Wait a minute. Holy shit. Patrick Dempsey was in everything in the 80s.
Oh, yeah, dude, that dude was everywhere.
He looks so much different now.
I know, right? Every time
I just looked at him and I was like...
My wife loves that movie, Can't Buy Me Love. And every time I turn around, she's like, put on Can't Buy Me Love. I'm like, oh, God, I've seen this movie 40 million times. And every time I put it on, I'm like, that's Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah, he was in Fast Times. He was in Meatballs.
Yeah, everywhere.
Holy crap. Yeah, he was everywhere in the 80s.
Yeah, he would. I would easily say he's been in more movies in the 80s than the Coreys.
What was that movie back in the day where the guy was the pizza delivery guy? And he hooked up with all those chicks and stuff when he would deliver pizza?
Pizza delivery guy.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. I can't remember.
Why do you need at least 3 wedding? That's a Porto, Chris. What's a Porto? No, it's not a Porto summer. It was a real movie. Watch, I'm going to put this in here.
I was going to say, yeah. I've probably seen it, but I...
Loverboy.
Loverboy. Okay, yeah.
And that was fucking Patrick Dempsey.
Yep.
He was a pizza delivery guy. And then, like, he would deliver pizza, and he was hooking up with all these stupid hot, like, housewives and stuff. Christy Alley was in it back when she used to be hot. That was a good movie. Now I want to watch that movie again. Carrie Fisher was in it.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher
just a whole. It was a crazy movie. It was really good. Patrick Dempsey was in that movie. He was like a nerdy looking dude back in the day.
Yeah, he was super nerdy. I mean, if you watch him in Can't Buy Me Love, it's like this dude became McDreamy. You want to talk about what's ugly duckling syndrome? That dude was goofy as shit.
Yeah.
And he as soon as he hits like what? How old is Patrick Dempsey now?
I don't know.
He's like 50.
But you're not wrong, Summer. That is a lot of porno plots. Yeah, I have.
I was going to say, I think I've seen that.
I have. Hey, how you doing? I'm the pizza delivery guy. I have pepperoni and cheese and
I have this pizza for you. And like, I have no money. Well, I could cover it. If you cover me.
I got this extra meat pizza. Oh no, yeah. I have no money. Don't worry. We can figure something out. Pretty much.
I don't think I've seen that movie in a long time.
That Port or that Loverboy movie?
No, the Loverboy movie. No, it's like I've seen every John Cusack movie ever. I love John Cusack.
Yeah. Like back in the day, the 80s movies were the best with Cusack, and then you had the John Hughes movies and Molly Ringwald and everything like that. And,
Brat Pack. I've seen The Breakfast Club maybe 400,000 times. I love that movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's his face from The Breakfast Club? That was like the bad guy who did the fist pump at the end.
Is fuck me. I can't remember his name.
I'll pass.
Oh my god, it's gonna drive me nuts. You're gonna have to look it up. Oh,
He's been in some
fuck.
horror movies.
Yeah. Well, he did fuck me, you're gonna have to Google it because it's gonna piss me off. He was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. This is the most recent thing I've seen him in, but I can't remember his name.
Judd Nelson.
Judd Nelson. Judd Nelson was
Yeah, he
fucking
was.
badass. I used to get picked on by my friends because I could quote the scene from Breakfast Club where he's talking about where he's interacting the scene between him and his dad. No, Dad. What about you? Fuck you. I love that fucking movie.
I think he was in. Wasn't he in a few episodes of Psych?
Yeah. The thing is, though, if you look, he's another one that literally, if you look at Judd Nelson now,
he's
you look at Judd Nelson then, you're like, that's not the same dude, but it is.
Well, no,
He's in Boondock Saints 2, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I don't think he's changed
Yakavetta.
much. He just looks older. Like he got old.
Yeah. Well, his face rounded out too.
Speaking of getting old, totally off the subject. The redhead from Breakfast Club was
Molly Ringwald.
Yeah, was apparently somebody Riggis's mom in Riverdale.
Yeah. Yep.
No, I don't. Fair enough. I went down to my Speedway that I always go to, the gas station, to get beer for tonight. And they got a new guy working in there. And he scans my beer. He's like, "Oh, do you see your ID?" I was like, "Okay." And I went to pull it out. And he's like, "Never mind. I can tell how old you are by looking at you." I was like, "What the fuck, bro?"
Oh, the first time that happens, I don't care who you are. You just want to reach across that counter and punch him in the face.
And this dude looked older than me, and I was like, "Really, dude?" Like, he was like, "Well, I mean, with all that Michigan gear on," I was like, "I don't know how I'm supposed to take this right now." But Michigan's 7-0, and if you're an Ohio State fan, just a reminder, your guys' breath still smells like duck dick. So,
yeah, the first time somebody stops IDing you, you're like, "God damn it!"
Yeah,
just want to shoot yourself.
Yeah, but on that, let's take a real quick break. We'll come back. More bullshitting. I got some news stories. I do have a quick. Speaking of sports, speaking of Michigan, I do have a news story that's kind of cool. That's relevant to today's game that happened with Michigan and Northwestern. And then we got another news story that Jeff and I are going to get into a huge fight and a huge argument because we started to argue during the pre-show, and I was like, "Shut up, Jeff!
Save it.
We're going to save it for the show."
We are going to argue. I guarantee it.
And he kept going, and I hit him with the countdown and turned his camera off.
It's probably a good thing because I got some chops for the day. I got some chops for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
I don't know what
I'm gonna go.
Nick is talking about, but enjoy a little Blacktop Mojo, if you will. We will be right back in just a few minutes.
Yeah, and by the way, Facebook, we have permission.
Yes, Facebook. You
Jesus
bitches.
Christ. I think
we will be
contested 4 videos today. 4 to 10.
I fight with them all the time. As I said, Mark Zuckerberg, I challenge you to a one-on-one fight.
Bro, I'm not the fighter guy because I usually lose, but I will punch that motherfucker in the face.
I need you because I love you. I love you too, buddy. I'm not going anywhere. Dad said he's dead on the phone. I'm dead on the phone. What are you talking about? I am so confused. Oh, Dad's dead on the phone. Cash said he loves me because he needs me. I'm not going anywhere, buddy. But anyways, we will be right back. Enjoy the sweet sounds of Blacktop Mojo. Go fry some chicken. Go grab some brewskis.
Yep.
Thanks for announcing that to everybody.
I need to understand. Well, tell me why it is you're leaving. I thought I was your man. Watching the taillights fade up the street as the sun sinks low. Thinking, baby, please don't go. Go, go. You don't have to be this way. You know I hate to be alone. Baby, please don't go. Go, go. Well, I searched the house and hope you left something, but I didn't find nothing at all. I thought maybe if there's something you'd forgotten, well, at least I'd have a reason to call. And as I pace around, I realize the only sound is my heartbeat, driving me insane. I reach for you, but you're not there. Cry out to you, but you don't hear. You promised you'd be there forever and always, and then without saying goodbye. Watching the taillights fade up the street as the sun sinks slow. Thinking, baby, please don't go. Go, go. You don't have to be this way. You know I hate to be alone. Baby, please don't go. Go, go. Watching the taillights fade up the street as the sun sinks low. Thinking, baby, please don't go. Go, go. You don't have to be this way. You know I hate to be alone. Baby, please don't go. Go, go.
Good fucking tune.
Hell yeah. Love that song. And we are back. Welcome back to Nonsensical Nonsense, everybody. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show so far. We have Pop's on with the top 10. Appreciate your top 10 as always, Pop. Maybe one day we'll
Get a good connection.
get you back where you have actual good signal.
Jesus.
Yeah, right? We got
Starbucks
to get that GoFundMe
brother,
started.
Jesus.
Yeah. But as I said, welcome back. I'm Glick, hanging out with Jeff as always. And if you're not following us on the social media, feel free to go check us out at Nonsensical Nonsense on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. Also, if you'd like to, feel free to go check out every episode of the podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, basically anywhere and everywhere you get your podcast jollies and fixins. So go give us a liking, go give us a follow, go give Jeff the old double thumbing because yeah, that's how he likes it.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to email us for any reason,
You can do
any
so at
reason whatsoever.
podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, speaking of Speaking of the email and the guests and stuff like that, shout out to Cameron. Not that he'll hear this or anything like that, but shout out to Cameron. He has hooked us up with 2 potential guests. I have to reach out to him. I have to do my part now. I just have not had a chance to with everything going on with getting ready to start working at OSU. But I will be. One is a former football player, played for the University of Clemson, and was signed with the New England Patriots. And the other is a former college football player and former UFC fighter, and I believe he still currently fights in the PFL. So an MMA guy.
Nice.
So I just have to reach out to him and do my part to set up dates
Let him know who the fuck we are, and right.
Yeah,
like, I'm the
set up dates and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully coming up. So again, shout out to Cameron for the hookup.
Yeah,
he's the unofficial official promoter for the podcast, and basically becoming like an executive producer, because that's what a producer does essentially. They book this and this, that, and the other thing. So I ain't mad at him. I appreciate it. I tell him that's pretty badass. Well,
we do appreciate it.
Yeah. You get the same pay as the host and co-host, which is a zero outside of tonight, because James dropped like $20 trying to get me drunk tonight.
I know.
So.
Fuck. You better keep drinking, sir. Jesus Christ.
Well, I know. That's a fun little drinking game. That's going to be the after show. You give awards, I drink.
Jesus. Well, shit. He dropped that $10 one, and I almost passed out.
I know. That's what
we've had that $10 goal since we started, and we just blew past it. We're at 93% of $20. Jesus.
Yeah. When Pops was doing the top 10, and when Pops was doing that top 10, and he hit that $10 one, I was like, "Holy shit, James!"
Yeah, it popped up on my screen, and I was like, "Fuck me, we're rich."
This is the most money we've ever made.
I told my wife we're gonna make money on this one day, and then today we did.
Yeah, today we did.
We've hit double digits.
Officially. Well, I mean, we've officially made money on the podcast. Yeah. Period. Not a lot of money, but we've made money officially.
I want my $3.
Yes. Speaking of the shout outs, shout out to Blacktop Mojo. As always, thank you guys for letting us use your music. If you guys aren't already, if you don't know who they are, go check them out everywhere at Blacktop Mojo. Stream the shit out of their music, buy their music, and then if you see them on Instagram, go say, "Hey, Nonsensical Nonsense sent us." Just
on TikTok too.
Really cool. Yeah, they're on TikTok, they're on Facebook, they're everywhere. Just Google at Blacktop Mojo, follow them everywhere, stream the shit out of their music.
I don't know if you've seen it, but Matt's rendition of Tiny Dancer by Elton John, fucking genius. I want the whole song. Yeah. I'm pissed that I can't find the whole song. It's on TikTok. That's all I can find.
Yeah, so shout out to those guys, Matt and Kat and the guys.
Yeah.
But anyways, with all that stuff out of the way, let's roll into What the Fuck News.
Yes.
Audio Jungle.
I'm going to tell you a couple of stories.
Yeah. Let's go.
There's your guy.
That's my dude.
Summer, I don't think you were supposed to send that to me, but I like that. Wow, that is. Wow, you look beautiful in that. She just sent me a picture of her in a dress.
Okay.
I'm assuming a wedding dress. She looks beautiful in it. Holy crap.
I don't think
my
I'm supposed to see that.
Yeah, I don't think I was supposed to see that either. My fiance is fucking gorgeous. Holy crap.
Sup, dude?
Sup, bro? She's gonna get it. She said it's okay. She's getting a different dress.
Okay.
And you also get no money, Jeff.
I ever met, I would literally be like, "High five!"
High five, bro. Anyways, into news. Let's jump into news here real quick. I got a couple stories before you and I get into an argument.
Yeah, because I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah. First and foremost, today's game between Michigan and Northwestern was really cool because they were celebrating Mr. George Jewett. And if you don't know who George Jewett is,
I was just gonna say I don't know.
George Jewett was the first African American to play college football.
Oh, good for him.
And he played for the University of Michigan.
There you go.
He then proceeded to transfer to the University of Northwestern, where he got his medical degree. And today they honored him. He played 2 seasons with Michigan, 1890 and 1892. He was a fullback and a halfback, and he was Michigan's top scorer, rusher, and kicker during his reign. He was both a terror on defense and an outstanding runner on offense.
Damn, that's impressive.
Yeah. He then, like I said, then he transferred to Northwestern and got his medical degree. So he was not only the first African American to play college football, he was also the first African American to play not only at the University of Michigan, but also at the University of Northwestern, both in the Big Ten. And today they have decided, because college football, you have rivalries.
Right.
Michigan and Minnesota play for the Little Brown Jug. Michigan and Michigan State play for the Paul Bunyan Trophy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Well, a new trophy has been introduced into college football today, and from here on out, Michigan and Northwestern will play for the George Jewett Trophy in the George Jewett game. So that is actually a little cool bit of history today.
That's kind of cool.
They were talking about it this afternoon during the game, and I know you're not a sports guy, but I thought that would be kind of a cool little story. That is
kind of interesting. I wonder what the trophy actually looks like. Is it pictures of George?
It is a bronze trophy of George Jewett. Nice. It weighs about 90 pounds, and it will be a locker room trophy only, which means more than likely it will not be like when Michigan plays Minnesota for the Little Brown Jug, and after the game you see the players holding the jug up, and then on the jug it shows all the games through their history, wins, losses, or who's won and whatever. And the same thing with the Paul Bunyan Trophy. It's a trophy of Paul Bunyan, and it shows when they win it, the team who wins is usually got it hoisted up on the field, carrying it around and stuff like that. But they said this is it's actually really cool. It is a bronze statue of George Jewett, but it says it weighs about 90 pounds. So they're calling it it's probably light for most college football players. I mean, 90 pounds to me is not that big of a deal, but
no, it's not. It's not a huge weight, but I mean, it's not like the trophy.
It's not something you want just
participation.
You want it's not something you want carried around on a football field after guys have played 60 minutes of football and beat the hell out of each other. So, and with that being said, in the inaugural game for the George Jewett Trophy, the University of Michigan brought that bad boy home for the first time with a 33-7 ass whooping over the Northwestern Wildcats. So suck it. Michigan moves on to 7-0, undefeated in the Big Ten. Let's go.
I feel like I should be excited, but somehow I'm not.
Just be excited. You got your yellow cup. You got your blue hat on. You're rocking the Michigan colors.
Green. It's actually green.
Well, it looks yellow. It looks yellow on the camera, so we're going with yellow. Summer said that was the dress, but now I've changed my mind. Well, you look fantastic in the dress, babe. You were absolutely beautiful. And to other news, because we've talked about the Conjuring house.
Mm-hmm.
Another horror movie, an iconic horror movie house, has gone up onto the market.
Uh-oh.
And I want to buy this one too. No surprise.
Spotify, you're looking for another $100 million podcast to pay for it. Chris has got a bunch of houses he wants to buy, so that 100
Yeah,
million
basically, as soon as you sign us to the 100 million, I'm broke.
it's like, I need this house, I need this house. I'm not going to use them all, but I'm just going to place a party.
But this is just an iconic horror movie. The man, the myth, the legend, like the guy who created horror movies, not Stephen King, who created the horror book genre, but Mr. Wes Craven himself created the one and only Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. The house on Nightmare on Elm Street that Nancy lived in has been listed for sale for $3.5 million.
Good Christ, it's not that big of a house.
It's not necessarily that big of a house, but it was the house that was used.
Yeah, I get
and
that.
All the Nightmare on Elm Street
movies. Money for clout, dude. It's a lot of money for
that
clout.
That was Nancy's house. Like she was the final girl in Nightmare on Elm Street. You know.
Right.
And so the Los Angeles home from the 1984 movie A Nightmare on Elm Street has been listed for sale in time for Halloween with an asking price of $3.5 million. The 3-bedroom Spalding Square house listed by realty agency Douglas Elliman was purchased previously for $2.1 million in 2013 by Hustlers director Lauren Scafara. No, sure. The 2-story house served as protagonist Nancy Thompson's home in Wes Craven's classic slasher film and was the location of the character's final showdown with the iconic serial killer Freddy Krueger. It was so much fun bringing this house to market during a historic real estate inventory shortage. Listing agent Lyrica Bosnack.
The problem with that house is you'd have to live in LA.
Yeah, there's that. This is true.
That's that downfall. I mean, can you move it?
Yeah.
Hard is it to move a house?
Yeah, right. Well, it can be done. Bosnack said buyers are worn out. They've been looking for a great house, one with enough bedrooms and suite bedrooms or bathrooms and space to work from home. And here it is. It's beautiful. It's ready to buy, and it has this incredible, fun movie history. The house appeal lies in more than its cinematic history, said Bosnack, listing agent partner Heather T. Roy. The facade, not the facade.
See, it told you it's facade.
Oh, I only did that because you yelled at me.
I know. I'd have fucking ripped your ass for that. I'm like, it's facade, motherfucker.
The facade. The facade is iconic, but the ties to the movie stop as soon as you walk through the front door. Inside is a beautiful traditional style space with modern twists. So, I mean, outside of the offers on that house are appropriately due on Halloween, the agent said. But you know, it's the biggest thing about that house
doesn't mean that's what they're gonna get.
The biggest thing about that house is the exterior, because in a lot of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, when Freddy was fucking with Nancy, in different scenes, you just seen the front of the house, the front entrance, and everything like that. But I would totally buy that house if I had the money, just because, again,
the only thing that would sway me is the fact that it's in California.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, when I'm super rich and I'm just buying random iconic horror houses, it doesn't matter where it's at. It's just the fact that I own it, and I'll rent it. You know, it's in LA, so I could rent it for like $6,000 a month, and some jackass is going to pay it.
Oh, yeah. Probably get more than 6. Probably get closer to 12 because it's LA. But no, I mean, that would be cool. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan of the genre, because I've watched them occasionally, but I mean, the only problem I would have is I'm sure it's another one of those houses where people just randomly show up to take pictures of your house.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Which is cool, because you know what I do when I buy that house?
Oh, I fuck with them.
I go in, I buy. Yeah, I go and buy the most realistic Freddy Krueger costume I can possibly buy. And then when they're out there, I just randomly walk out and start cutting the grass as Freddy Krueger. All right. You know, I come out and I come out and they show up and start taking pictures, and I pull a lawn chair out in a cooler and I start drinking Budweisers with my friend.
You know, I got something.
I come out dressed as Freddy, wearing a Browns jersey with my big screen in the side yard watching the Browns. Who would have thought Freddy Krueger was a Browns fan? Imagine that. And then I get friends. Then I get friends to come and dress up like Jason and Michael Myers and
drink beer and watch
and the Ghostface Killer. Like, you know, I just hire them and we just hang out in the yard all the time.
Like, hey guys, you want to come over? We'll drink. I got free beer, but you got to wear these costumes, and we're gonna do it in the front yard.
Yeah. What is he? Hey, look, Freddy and Jason are actually. Is that Freddy and Jason drinking beer watching football? I thought they didn't like each other.
I've seen them two motherfuckers fight once.
Is Mike Myers doing cake stands? What the hell?
Belly shot off a chick.
Is Ghostface doing TikTok dances?
Nice. Are they playing Warzone?
Yeah. But no, I think it'd be a pretty cool house to buy, just because I'm weird like that. I'm into that kind of stuff.
The only problem I have is the fact that it's in LA.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a, yeah, that is kind of a huge downfall. But again, like I said, I could buy the house, I could own it, and then I could rent it, and I could probably make a killing off of renting it.
Now, see what you
Or
do.
you turn it into, or you turn it into Airbnb.
You buy all these houses, you move them all into one place.
No, you turn them into Airbnbs.
It's literally like Mike Myers' house, that house. You got, all these houses all on one street. That'd be fucking dope.
Yeah, but I mean, you turn them into an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to stay the night in Nancy's house where Johnny?
Me?
No, it wasn't Johnny. Yeah.
Me, because I would have nightmares. I would literally sit up all night going, motherfucker, I've seen this movie. No, but what would be really fucked up is to watch the movie in the house with your kids. Oh, you sit the two boys down, as young as they are. We're going to watch this movie, and then halfway through, you go like, we live in that house, right? Like,
what?
But
my kids, my kids love horror movies. So
yeah, that's the problem. But it'd be better if it was my kids. I'm like,
they've watched Nightmare on Elm Street, and they've watched Friday the 13th. My daughter loves Nightmare on Elm Street. My middle daughter.
I finally finished Halloween 1 and started watching the second one, and I'm like, wow, for as a movie, watching it in 2021, I'm like, wow, kind of a shitty ending. I mean, the ending was genius, but it was like
that was the great thing.
There was no fucking action. I was expecting more action.
That was the great thing about the old slasher films back in the day. Was every movie?
The funny thing is every time you turn around, Jamie Lee Curtis is like standing in a hallway, and dude is literally right here, and she doesn't see him. And I'm like, that motherfucker's right there. She better move.
He's right behind you. Run, bitch, run. No, the great thing about those movies the great thing about those movies back in the day is that every one of them
it's more suspense than horror.
Yeah, they left you with not a cliffhanger, but they could make another one. There could totally be another one.
Yeah.
And that's what and that was the genius behind Wes Craven when he made his horror movies. I mean,
but
and now Halloween was, I believe, was John Carpenter.
Yes, that is correct. It is
Wes
John Carpenter.
Craven.
Right? Like, Wes Craven did. Wes Craven was Nightmare on Elm Street and all that shit, but John Carpenter did Halloween and Christine. Is all I know.
He also did like They Live, that Rowdy Piper movie with the aliens or whatever.
I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Best line.
Wes Craven created the Nightmare on Elm Street. He did the Scream series. He did Last House on the Left, The People Under the Stairs, Freddy versus Jason, The Hills Have Eyes, the original Hills Have Eyes. You know, Wes Craven did so many horror movies. He was.
However, I did learn something watching Halloween 2. In the very beginning of the movie, where the old lady, where Mike Myers walks in her house and just steals her knife.
Yeah.
Like, honey. No. But in the background, her husband is watching Night of the what's Shaun of the Dead based on? It's like Night of the Living Dead or whatever it is.
Night of the Living Dead.
Right. In the movie, you know, in Shaun of the Dead, Sean's on the phone with his mom, and you hear Nick Frost go, "We're coming to get you, Barbara." It's actually a line, which is actually a line from Night of the Living Dead, and I was like, "Oh, I fucking totally get it now." for years, I've seen Shaun of the Dead maybe 400,000 times. Never seen Night of the Living Dead myself, and I just hear him in the background going, "We're gonna get you, Barbara. They're gonna get you, Barbara," and I was like, I get it.
Yeah, which Night of the Living Dead was. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead, another horror icon, George Romero.
Yeah, Romero.
Pops, you already know what I've claimed. Shut up. Pops is like, so you're already claiming my stuff after I'm dead?
Yes. No, I get the truck. I'm going to sell it and get a Chevy.
He acts like it's no big secret. Like, I've literally had the conversation with him. Because it's inevitable. When people die, their family fights. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm not fighting with my sisters or my broster because I'm just, this is what I want. And then the rest of it, I don't care what happens to it. I want certain things. So, one of those things happens to be this goddamn bulldog shotgun that he bought. That's a semi-automatic shotgun that you can load a clip into it and just. Speaking of guns. Unless you have been living under a rock the last few days, you have not heard this story.
And
Alec Baldwin is filming a new movie. It's a Western. It's called Rust. And during the filming of this movie, he accidentally shot and killed the cinematographer and wounded the director. And wounded the director in the movie. So this is the most recent story. This is the most recent article out of New York Times.
Okay.
Alec Baldwin was told the gun in the fatal shooting on set was safe. Officials say the actor was told a gun being used as a prop was safe before he fired it on set of Rust, killing the film's cinematographer and wounding. I said that word twice with perfection, just so you know.
Yes. No, I heard it.
And wounding its director. Law enforcement officials said for the Santa Fe on the ranch in northern New Mexico, where cottonwoods and the dusty foothills have formed the backdrop of westerns since the 1950s. Alec Baldwin was filming a new movie on Thursday afternoon when his character, an outlaw, needed a gun. An assistant director grabbed one of the three prop guns from that the film's armory had set up outside on a gray cart, handed it to Mr. Baldwin, and according to an affidavit signed by Detective Joel Cano of the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office, yelled "cold gun," which was supposed to indicate that the gun did not have any live rounds in it. When Mr. Baldwin fired the gun, law enforcement officials said it struck and killed the film cinematographer and wounded its director and raised new question about firearm safety on film sets. The assistant director did not know live rounds.
It's illegal to have live rounds on set.
Yeah.
That is a written rule in Hollywood. No matter where you're set in, live rounds are illegal.
Now it says the assistant director did not know live rounds were in the prop gun when he gave it to Baldwin. According to the affidavit, which was made as part of a search warrant application, the affidavit did not specify what kind of ammunition the gun had been loaded with. The results were deadly. I'm going to butcher her first name, but we're going to go with her last name. Hutchins, Miss Hutchins, 42, the film's director of photography, was struck in the chest and flown to the University of New Mexico Hospital in Albuquerque, where she died. Official says Joel Souza, 48, the film's director, was shot in the shoulder area and wounded and was taken to Christus St. Vincent Regional Medical Center in Santa Fe and later was released. There were no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding the tragic accident that took the life of Hutchins, a wife, mother, and a deeply admired colleague of ours, Alex said in a statement Friday on Twitter. I am fully cooperating with the police investigation to address how this tragedy occurred, and I'm in touch with her husband, offering my support to him and his family. My heart is broken for her husband, their son, and all who loved Hutchins. The plot of the film, Baldwin was shooting Rust, hinges on an accidental killing. The movie Rust hinges on the accidental killing and its aftermath. Suddenly, the movie set. Yeah, they don't know if they're going to finish it or not. Suddenly, the movie set on Bonanza Creek Ranch in Santa Fe became the scene of a real killing and a real investigation. Juan Frios, a spokesman for the sheriff's office, said on Friday afternoon that the investigation remains active and ongoing, and that detectives entered the movie set today and continue to interview potential witnesses. Regarding the projectile, focus of the investigation is what type it was and how did it get there, Rios said. The affidavit said that 3 guns had been left on a gray cart outside the structure where Baldwin was working on the scene due to COVID restrictions. With the search warrant, the detectives are seeking additional evidence that could help shed light on the events leading up to the fatal shooting. Footage or video captured during the filming, computer and cell phones left on the set, as well as other firearms and ammunition. There have been reports of labor unrest on the set of the film, where Baldwin also served as a producer. Several members of the crew walked off the set earlier this week. Working conditions, according to several people familiar with the shoot. 3 private security guards stood at the locked gate to the Bonanza Creek Ranch around midday on Friday, telling journalists that access to the property was restricted. Earlier in the day, several unmarked vehicles from the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Department and the medical examiner's office entered the site. Helicopters, apparently used by news organizations, hovered overhead at times. On film sets, the safety protocol for using guns are well established and straightforward. Weapons must be tightly managed by licensed armorers. Cast members should be trained in gun safety, and live ammunition should never be used. Productions typically use real guns that are
to have on a film.
Productions typically use real guns that are loaded with blanks, which could still be dangerous since they involve gunpowder, a cartridge, and paper, wadding, or wax, which provide a realistic looking flame and spark. When people are injured by firearms on set, it usually involves a burn to the hand. But in this case, it's evident that something went very wrong, and that protocol has been broken. The story continues. It's a really long story. At the end of the day, it was definitely, obviously, a tragic accident.
Yes.
Alec Baldwin. Yeah, Alec Baldwin is clearly torn up by it. I mean, the guy is if you look at his Twitter feed or anything like that, or there's pictures of him on set, the guy's a fucking mess. He's a wreck.
Oh, he's a wreck. Yeah, I have no doubt about it. However,
But
I do have to say, if someone hands you a gun, regardless if you're on set, you're on the street, you're in a gun range, the first thing you should do is check the ammo.
and this is
And
this
the
is
fact that he has to have, by law, before handling said gun, they should have given him a safety class. And the fact that he didn't check the gun, and he probably didn't know how to shoot in the first place, because when you hold a gun and you pull the trigger, I guarantee you he's probably facing the camera as I am now.
yeah.
And when you pull the trigger, if you don't know what you're doing, you grip. When you pull the trigger, your first time holding a gun, you grip with your whole hand. Where once you learned how to pull the trigger with just your finger. And when you pull with your whole hand, you tend to twist the gun. I guarantee you that's what happened. Is he pulled with his whole hand, it twisted the gun, and the gun went off and went into her and into the director. And being that it's a Western, I'm easily saying it's Colt 45. You know, the old Western 6-shooters.
Yeah. Am I the man of good because I look like him? What are you talking about? Well, as far as
I'm not
what
saying,
you just said about,
I'm not saying he should be, you know, tried as a murderer or something like that.
yeah,
Clearly it was an accident, but it was a preventable accident.
but first, as far as you said about Alec Baldwin not knowing how to shoot the gun, the man's made a lot of action movies. He's fired
But he's
a
also
lot
the
of guns
most
in movies.
anti-gun person
Yeah,
in
but
Hollywood.
I'm just saying he's fired a lot of guns in his acting career, in acting in movies and stuff like that. So I'm sure he knows what he was doing. But
apparently not.
you can't put the blame on him, because at the end of the day, that is why they have people on set that are there.
Understandable.
To,
but once again,
they have armorers.
It's a double check thing. If you hand me a gun and you're an armor or you're just a bum on a street, if you hand me a gun, the first thing I do is check to see if it's A, loaded, B, what ammo is in it.
Yeah.
Especially on a movie set. I know it's usually probably blanks, but if you can't tell the difference between a real bullet and blank, you're a fucking retard.
Oh no, 100%.
Because they're distinguishably easily, you know, they're a blank is shorter. It's just the cartridge with its literally pressed close.
Yeah.
And an actual bullet has the lead. I mean,
but like I said, that's why they have specialists. That's why they have professionals. That's why. And when you're in the middle of shooting a scene and you're just given a gun, you know, that is why you have people on set. It's not the actor's job to oh wait, stop shooting. I got to double check, because this isn't the first time that's happened. I mean, Brandon Lee famously died shooting The Crow.
Yeah.
Because
and that's when that law, that's when that rule of Hollywood came about, that no live ammo should be on set ever.
Yeah. But then you can go back to I believe it was a Twilight Zone episode, or there was a movie back in the day where they were filming with a helicopter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The director kept saying, "Get it closer, get the blades closer." Ended up chopping 3 people's heads off.
Yeah, killed 2 kids and the actor.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that was a trained professional helicopter pilot. That is why you have people on set. It's not Alec Baldwin's fault in any way, shape, or form, because that is why you hire people when you have people on set. Somebody should have double checked that gun before it was given to him. You can't stop production. You can't stop shooting just so he can go, oh, let me double check.
Once again, if you're handed a gun, the first thing they tell you in gun safety, never point it at a person.
Well, yeah, if I'm handed, if I'm at a gun range or something, and I'm handed,
it's not like the cinematographer, God rest her soul. It's not like she was on set. She's obviously behind the camera.
Yeah.
And the director's standing behind her. So it's probably one of those close-up scenes. You know, it's literally, you know, him firing the gun, and that movement when you pull with your whole hand is extremely subtle. You can't see it, but the bullet obviously follows the barrel. So he, he twisted, and granted, it was an accident. It's not like he was like, fuck you, bitch, and goofing off. But once again, the gun safety 101, day one, don't point it at a person. Now, again, if she was, it's not like it was like this, twist. She was obviously standing next to the camera.
Are you telling me that he curved the bullet like in that Angelina Jolie movie?
No. Once again, if you like, literally, if I do this and I just pull my finger and pull the trigger, but if I pull my whole hand, I'm doing this. There's a huge difference there. Your wrist twist. Yeah. My son just climbed up the window, but that's what I'm saying. It's. I can almost guarantee, and we'll probably never know because the movie will probably never get finished because Baldwin's going to be traumatized. But and don't get me wrong, as an actor, I love the guy. As a person, I'm sure he's a cool dude and everything. His politics, I don't agree with. But one of the things on set, and you said it in the article, everyone holding the gun should have mandatory training. So, and like I said, day one, mandatory training, they tell you, don't point the gun at a person and don't pull the trigger. Now, I'm sure it wasn't like him just firing a gun off of her. And I read an article earlier today that gun had misfired before.
Joanne's you're an idiot.
I'm an idiot? Once again, I don't think Baldwin should be in jail or anything. It was clearly an accident.
Yeah, I just don't think he should be at fault.
The gun goes off and you kill someone as a normal person. I'm talking about Mr. Chris Glick. Did you hold that gun? Yes. Did that guy die? Yes. Was it because of the bullet? Yes. Okay, I'm sorry, you're going to jail.
Yeah, if I'm given a gun at random, if you and I are hanging out here on the couch and Pops comes in and he's like, hey, check out this gun, and I point it at you and shoot you in the chest without checking it or anything like that, just because I assumed it was unloaded, that's a totally different story than being on a movie set where you have professionals. It goes through a checklist before it goes into the actor's hands. And then,
but it sounds like it didn't go through a checklist. They were just like, oh, shit, he needs a gun. Here, use this one.
Yeah. So that's why I said it's not on it's
armor.
It's not on Alec Baldwin. It's on the techs and the specialists, the armor, the assistant director.
But the fact that there was a live round, and even one live round on that set, and the fact that the crew walked off a week before, sounds like somebody's trying to get revenge. Like, make him shoot the camera. I'm sure they weren't hoping to kill the cinematographer. They were hoping he'd shoot the camera and be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. No, exactly. Like I said, it's on the people who, yeah, exactly. See, Summer is even on this. Wow, Summer's actually agreeing with me. Holy shit. You know I'm right now.
No, my point is, though, if it wasn't an actor, a famous actor, like let's say I'm on set. If I'm on set and I'm the newest actor in Hollywood,
it still wouldn't fall on you. That's the thing.
I'm holding the gun.
Yeah, but it still wouldn't fall on you because when you're an actor and you're shooting a movie, you have to go through. The gun should have went through a checklist by people checking it.
But why wouldn't you double check?
That was the third time on set that a live round had been shot off. Summer said.
On that set.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you check?
Because when you're in the middle of a scene and you're handed your gun, you know, in your head as an actor, it's just like with the Crow movie or any other movie that has happened on. This is not the first or the second time this has happened. This has happened a lot in Hollywood. Maybe not where people have died, but people have been shot. That is, it wasn't the Crow movie that made them all of a sudden go, oh, well, we have to change the rules and change this, that, and the other thing.
The Crow movie was when they, not long after the Crow movie is when the law went into effect.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like after when they catch a guy when they catch a guy fucking a horse. It's not the
Yeah.
first time he fucked a horse. It's the first time he got caught.
He got caught. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was the third time on that set. They have people who are supposed to check. It is not the actor's responsibility to check the guns this summer. Joanne said, "Touch have to
Once
shut
again,
up."
if you look at a lawyer's point of view,
And as a
Glick,
lawyer,
did you hold the gun? Yes. Did you pull the trigger? Yes. Did she die? Yes.
but you're speaking more of a real life scenario. As I said, if we were hanging out,
literally real life scenario. It's
no, I'm saying, it's a real life scenario. But I'm talking about
someone's going to end up courting over this.
Yeah, somebody is, but it's not going to fall. It's not, and it shouldn't fall on Alec Baldwin. I'm talking about the way you're describing it and the way you're making it sound as if, like I said, you and I are sitting on the couch. Pops walks in with a gun, and he's like, "Hey, check out my new gun. Don't worry, it's not loaded." And I turn around and shoot you in the chest, and you die. That's a totally different story than us being on a movie set when there are professional, quote unquote, professionals that gun's supposed to go through, and they're supposed to check and make sure everything's working properly, everything's in the right working order.
Totally,
and then they hand it to the actor. I still don't know.
Once you're handed a weapon, any weapon, if it's in your hands, the burden lies on you.
Well, I think at the end of the day, when the lawyers get involved and the courts get involved, it's gonna be the trickle down effect, and it's gonna come on to the person who, at the end of the day, it was their responsibility. It is not Alec Baldwin's responsibility at the end of the day to check that gun. They hire people. They have people on sets of movies that is their job. That is their responsibility to make sure weapons and props and everything like that are as they are supposed to be.
Right.
Much like that helicopter pilot in that, like I said, I think it was Twilight Zone. I could be 100% wrong. That killed those three people. It wasn't his fault. It was his fault. He was flying the helicopter, and he's the one that caused it. But
it also comes down to that guy should have been like, "Mr. Director, this is getting dangerous."
And I'm sure he was. But much like any movie says,
when you're on a set, not that I've ever been on a set, but when you're on a set, the director's basically a fucking he's God at that point.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And you're forced to do what he says, and if you don't do what he says, you just lost your fucking paycheck.
Join you in what? That's what I'm saying. And again, that's like I said, the fault doesn't lie on Alec Baldwin. It lies on whoever's job it was to check those guns and make sure those guns were in a proper working order.
Right.
Making sure, and then when you do your checklist, you make sure that they're not loaded. Some movies do use live ammunition, like when they are, say for a Western, for instance, and they show the quote unquote montage where, oh, you killed my family, and I'm not a gunslinger. Yeah, I'm not a gunslinger, but now I've got this old cowboy who's teaching me to shoot.
Yeah, but when they do that, they use quarter loads.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, either way, you think
a quarter load will kill you. But,
yeah, I was going to say it's a quarter load.
The fact that it went through, because it's obviously one shot that killed her and shot the director at the same time. It's not like he pulled the trigger 3 times. But
what does he want? Join him in what?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. So it was. Summer said that they had reported that the stunt double had shot off a live round a few days prior, and they reported it. So it sounds like there was issues with the armory.
Right.
So but at the end of the day, no matter who's,
it was a low budget film, and they basically were treating the crew like shit. So it sounds like there's some malice.
At the end of the day, whoever you want to put the blame on, or whoever's fault it is, at the end of the day, it was a Netflix film, so definitely was not low budget. Alec Baldwin. At the end of the day, like I said. Alec Baldwin has to live with that the rest of his life. He has to carry that burden. He has to carry that boulder on his chest the rest of his life. That an accident on set killed somebody and wounded somebody else.
And
again, anybody who knows who Alec,
but the fact that he pulled the trigger, that's the part that's going to stick with him. You know what I mean?
And anybody who knows any little bit about Alec Baldwin and his past or his career or anything like that, they know that Alec Baldwin has had a troubled history. alcoholism, drug use, whatever the case may be. The guy, he's been through it, and he's come out on much like Robert Downey Jr., who hit rock bottom and then was able to, turn it around. There's a lot of actors, Sean Penn, there's a lot of actors who have been through hell and back, and now Alec Baldwin, who obviously has been through hell and back and has conquered his demons and beat his demons as the best of his ability, now has this that he has to live with the rest of his life. And shouldn't, and like I said, the blame shouldn't be put on him. The blame is not on him. The blame is on the people that they hire to make sure that it'd be like if you were filming Gladiator and they gave you that, what was that? Yeah, it was Russell Crowe Gladiator movie, and they handed Russell Crowe what was supposed to be a prop sword, and he hit a guy in the neck and chopped his head off for real. Yeah, it ain't his fault. You know what I mean? They make these prop weapons.
You can't tell the difference between a prop sword and a real sword.
No, they make these. They make these prop weapons. And I've seen them. I've actually held a prop weapon. They are as realistic as they can be, even though they're fake. So I mean, it's hard to tell the difference. I mean,
well, granted, yes, Alec Baldwin is not an expert in guns because he's anti-gun. But
he might be anti-gun now. But in the past, back in the day,
he's always been anti-gun. He's always been anti-gun. Well, at least
if you look back at his, I was going to say, if you look back at his movie,
man's obviously held a gun before.
He's made. I mean, he's made a lot of action movies. All the Baldwin brothers, even that goofy bastard from Biodome, they've all made action movies. They've made a lot of action movies. So it's not like it's the first time he's ever had a gun in his hand, and he's squeezing it and twisting it and doing the hokey pokey with it. He knows how to fire a gun on set.
Well, once again, it all comes down to I can do something wrong 400,000 times and not realize it.
Mm-hmm.
And he could have been his entire life, because he doesn't play with guns all the time. I mean, he's no Ted Nugent, but he could have been grabbing with his whole hand the whole time and never noticed a twist because he's never had live rounds. I mean, he's not like Keanu Reeves going out to the range all the time. I mean, but like the best example of an actor that knows his weaponry is that Will Smith video where his buddy picks up a gun on go away.
God, you are pissing Joanne off. she was like, "You fucking idiot, Joe."
It's legitimate.
But here's the thing. So again, this is something that I have actually experienced. Have you ever had the opportunity? And I don't know your gun experience or anything like that, but have you ever had the opportunity to fire a quote unquote prop gun or a gun with blanks in it?
Yes.
So
I've done quarter loads. I've done blanks. And I've done full.
It's a real fucking gun.
Oh yeah,
so
the prop gun is a real gun with blanks in it, basically.
Yeah, I can take my 9mm that I have in my bedroom right now, and I can put a clip with live rounds in it, or I can put a clip in it with all blanks in it, and it feels the exact same. It feels the exact same. But if you and I were on a movie set now, and it was our job as the armorer to check those guns and inspect those guns, we have to know the difference between a live round and a blank, or a quarter round or a half round or anything like that.
Yeah.
And when we check those guns and we look at those guns and we take the clip out and we're inspecting the bullets, because it's not just looking at the gun, you pop the clip out and go, oh yeah, that's those are blanks, clip back in, chamber it.
Right.
There's a full inspection that goes with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a full inspection that goes with it. And I have friends that are filmmakers, not big, popular, huge, but they're filmmakers. So I've seen the props, whether it goes from a knife or a gun or anything like that. You have to physically inspect every single bullet in that gun before it is handed to the actor. Because the last thing on the actor's the last thing on the actor's mind.
I'm not saying Alec Baldwin's at fault, but he was holding the gun. Is all I'm saying. And my main point is about, like I said, I don't think Alec Baldwin should be in jail or anything like that. It was 100% accident. It could have been prevented.
No,
but
I don't think he should be blamed because there's people on set that.
No, I'm not saying he should be blamed. And yes, there are other people that probably should be blamed. Armor being one. But it sounds like on that set, there was a lot of tension on that set.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was like, oh, fuck with this set. They're going to fuck with my money. And they slide a couple live rounds and it got missed by the armor.
No. Well, no, Joe, Summer and Joanne are busting your balls something fierce. Summer said you're lying. Summer said you can ask Jeff if he's ever been bitten by a rattlesnake, and he'd say yes. Well, Jeff did hold a live scorpion a couple episodes back, so
yeah,
that was on live. Joe said there's a huge difference between a live round and a blank. There is, but if I load my gun with live rounds or blank rounds, it's going to feel the same. But as I said, being and again, not by any famous big name movie producer, director, or actors or anything like that, but being on a movie set and everything like that, and seeing the props that they used, and was actually completely blown away by it, just because I didn't think in a million years that they would look and feel like a real weapon.
Right.
As far as actors go, the last thing on their mind between trying to be in character, remember their lines, and everything that goes with
pull a trigger at the same time. Yeah, it's not. I'm not saying being an actor is easy.
The last thing on their mind is, oh, let's stop everything we're doing. We're right in the middle of a scene, and I got to check and make sure this gun or this knife is not real. You know what I mean? They're handed it to it by the professionals, by the people that they hire who are supposed to do that, so that everything's supposed to be on the up and up, and it's supposed to be safe and sound. And accidents happen, and like I said, in no way, shape, or form is Alec Baldwin, in my opinion. What's going on, Jay? It should he be held at fault? But at the end of the day, as I said, he's got to carry this burden the rest of his life. And I'm sure, and I also feel like this is more fueled by you because Alec Baldwin has been very open about his anti-Trump stance.
No, I don't care. I don't care.
I think you're going after Alec Baldwin because of his political stance and his beliefs.
I love watching Alec Baldwin on film. The dude's amazing. But it could be, if Keanu Reeves shot someone by accident, it would be an accident. But
Keanu Reeves has killed 100 people on film.
Easily.
And as we've discussed, that is some
It's time for bed.
What is that reality show in Russia where Keanu Reeves is just going around killing people, and we think it's a movie?
There's literally just cameras following Keanu Reeves around. That's just his normal day.
Joe said, "Where's my gun?" Hello, I took Nick's computer. What's going on, Buggy? They're not using live. Yeah, well, and that's what we talked about, Jay. It's you're not supposed to have live ammo and stuff like that. But like I said, I mean, it does kind of sound and come across like you even though you said you don't, but it sounds like you want to put all the blame on Alec Baldwin.
I'm not putting all the blame. I think the armor and whoever handed him the gun are also at fault. But
I just don't think in any way. I just don't think in any way, shape, or form that it should fall on him. I mean, now granted, I feel like because of what Alec Baldwin has said, and as I said, pictures and stuff that have come out, I think Alec Baldwin, and I'm sure that her family does not need, and not that money could ever replace somebody. She seemed to be very popular. Very
good at her job.
Yeah, very good at her job. So, it doesn't sound like in any way, shape, or form that her family may have been hurting for money. But I also, at the end of the day, I feel like Alec Baldwin's going to do what he has to do. Not that he has to do, but he's going to he's going to try to
do the right thing. He's going to do the right thing.
Yeah, he's going to try to do the right thing and make sure that the family's taken care of, especially her son. I mean, definitely. Jay says definitely not on Alec Baldwin, but he has some responsibility. I'm not saying he doesn't have any responsibility whatsoever.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Saying. Some of the responsibility has to fall on Alec, because regardless of who hands you a weapon, as the person holding the weapon, you have a minimal but a responsibility to check said weapon.
Yeah.
Regardless of time, because it's a safety factor.
It's not even a time thing. It
doesn't even take that long to, especially being a Western. It was a revolver.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're okay, so much like everybody said that Heath Ledger, when he played the Joker, was a method actor, or Jim Carrey when he played Man on the Moon. God, what the comedian that wrestled the women and the
I can't remember his name. I know who you're talking about.
Shit, somebody had Andy shit.
Fuck.
Andy Kaufman. Thank you, Jay. I knew Jay was gonna get me with that. Thank you, Jay. You get into this mindset, you get locked into your character and everything like that.
Right.
So when you have that momentum, or you're so focused, again, any zone, little thing, any little thing is going to throw you off and take you out of character. So again, as Summer just said, there are people that are paid to do that, so the actors don't have to. So that would, again, it's a different story if we're sitting, as I've said, yeah, as I've said a few times, you and I are sitting here at the house drinking beer, and Pops walks in. If I don't shoot him first, because Pops no better than walk into my house without telling me. Exactly. But he walks in and he's like, "Hey, look at this new gun I got. It's unloaded. Don't worry about it." And I bust a cap in your ass. And then I'm like, "Oh shit, Pops, you said it was unloaded." And he's like, I guess I was wrong. Well, that's all on me. That's 100% on me, because I should have never pointed a gun at you and pulled the trigger that I've never held before. B, I should have checked and make sure it wasn't loaded. But if we were on a movie set and somebody that was hired and paid a lot of money to make sure that weapon was in proper working order, was the proper gun, was the proper ammo, whatever the case may be.
The problem I have with that scenario is it sounds like, as you're reading the article, the armor didn't hand Baldwin the gun. It sounds like
they had it.
An assistant director.
They had it on a cart where it was checked out and good to go by the armor.
Right.
Because the armor's not going to be hanging out on the side of the, behind the director. They're going to be offset.
He should be around the guns the whole time.
Like, he's going to be around the guns the whole time. Yeah. It depends on the laws in the state, but you would assume that that is an expectation by the actor, that the experts on set have made sure the weapon is safe. The actor is not a gun expert, and therefore they need to have express their gun expert. I mean, the actor doesn't want to become an expert on guns either.
No,
it's
but
frozen. I don't know what. Probably the connection, Buggy. Look at it like this: Alec Baldwin has probably shot more. Yeah. Jay, he said Alec Baldwin has probably shot more loads than the average person.
No, which is true. I mean, he's probably shot more guns than most people. But
he also said that maybe 15% should fall. 15% of the fault should fall on Alec Baldwin.
Thank you.
Pop said you always need to treat a gun like it's always loaded. I agree 100%. In real life,
That's what I'm saying.
in real life,
In
yes,
general,
in real life,
not just real life. Anytime you're handed a gun, you have to assume it's loaded until you check.
well, yeah, but that's the thing. In real
And that's
life,
gun
yes,
safety
absolutely.
101.
And in real life, 100%, yes, I agree with that. If I'm handed a gun again, if Pops walks in here and we're sitting here drinking beer, hanging out, and Pops walks in and hands me a gun and I shoot you and I don't check, that's all on me. But if Pops hands me a gun and I go, oh, this is a cool gun, I drop the clip out, I pull the chamber, make sure nothing's in it, and then I point it at you and nothing happens. Then everything's money, everything's good. But as an actor on a movie set, again, there are people that are paid a lot of money to make sure that happens. And much like the Brandon Lee case,
a lot of money to not shoot people.
Yeah, and much like in the Crow movie, as far as I know of, to this day, they still don't know which weapon fired the live ammunition that killed Brandon Lee.
Well, that's because the scene is like 45 guns shooting at once.
Yeah. So somewhere down the line, the guy who was supposed to be checking those guns and making sure those guns were proper and the way they were supposed to be used made a mistake.
Right.
It wasn't that nobody and this is that whole scene was filled with a bunch of extras, quote unquote extras, nobody actors, nobody of any importance outside of the main bad guy. Maybe the three main bad guys in that scene.
Right.
So they couldn't blame one person because it came down to the weapons expert, the weapons technician, the armorer that they hired on that movie. That's where the blame came down to because they made a mistake. And yeah, it was a tragic mistake, much like this. It was a tragic mistake, but it comes down on the people who are paid to make sure that those things don't happen. It's not the actor's job to make sure those things don't happen. That's why they pay a lot of money. And yeah, Alec Baldwin was paid a lot of money to be an actor in that movie, but it's not his job to make sure that gun is safe. It is his job to play his character and to say his lines. And if his line and his character in that movie was said to look at the camera and point the gun and pull the trigger.
If you're handed a gun, you must assume it is loaded.
Yeah. So the guy who handed the gun said cold gun, yelled cold gun, which meant that it was inspected. So the assistant director on that movie, if you want to blame anybody, it should have been his fault because he was the one that handed the fault to Alec Baldwin or handed the gun to Alec Baldwin and yelled cold gun, which on the movie said, as they said in that article and as Summer just said, means you're good to go.
I have to run to the gate real quick.
Jeff's wishing he had live ammunition right now so he could shoot his fucking kids.
You ain't just whistling Dixie. Holy shit. I'm literally sitting here barefoot. I have to run to the gate to pick up something. And the kids are arguing about who should go get my shoes.
Oh, like I said, Nerf gun with thumbtacks glued to the bullets.
I know.
Keep in mind, he is the producer here. He also has the additional responsibility. He could be the producer all day, but they still hire people.
It's true. He's still
God
the
have
producer.
mercy on the dumb. Joe said, God have mercy on the dumb ones.
On the what?
Hey, thanks, Jay, for the hearts. Cheers. That's a new drinking game. We get awards, I drink.
Nice.
Hence the reason James had way too much fun earlier. I blame the armorer and the person who handed him the gun.
I do too, but Alex still has to take some responsibility, and it sounds like he is.
Well, you know what?
It's not like
you know what?
It's a normal day, whatever. I'm gonna have Kevin take over
go get
for me real quick while I run to the gate.
I don't think this is a good point to let Kevin take over. Kevin, plug your ears. What's going on, bud? No, and as I was saying before, Jeff just decided to disappear and hand his 10-year-old son his headphones and everything like that. Where Alec Baldwin is going to take the blame, and where Alec Baldwin is going to take responsibility, is going to be in the fact that he has to live with this the rest of his life. This is a demon and a burden that he's going to have to carry for the rest of his life. I've never killed anybody, and I can't imagine what that would be like, accidentally or on purpose. I couldn't imagine accidentally shooting somebody and killing somebody, how I would feel or how I would carry on the rest of my life. Those of you who know me, I have said 100 times I've done some pretty horrible things in my life, and I've done some pretty shitty things to people, and I carry that with me every day. I couldn't imagine having that demon or that rock on my chest every day for the rest of my life, knowing that I accidentally killed somebody when all I was doing was my job. And that goes with anything. I mean, if you're a forklift driver and you have an accident and you kill somebody, that is an incredible burden to carry for the rest of your life. You're an idiot, Pops. He does. But Alec has made mistakes. Yeah, there's been misfires on the set, as Summer has said. I don't know who's typing on Nick's laptop. Oops, didn't mean to send that. Okay, fair enough. How's Nick liking Halloween Kills? So yeah, that is at the end of the day that is what Alec Baldwin gets to carry with him as his punishment, as he gets to carry that burden. He gets to carry that demon that on the set of his movie he accidentally killed somebody.
Yeah, which is a tragedy. I'm not denying the fact that it's a tragedy. My wife ordered medicine from the pharmacy. I had to run and go get it.
Jay was in here saying the same thing that that the Summer had said, that there had been misfires on the set, and they also said that there was more than one person that inspected the guns. Well, and there usually is. Right. Jay said, yes, she was just kind enough. Jay said, yeah, she was just kind enough to point out my redundancy. That's going to be a problem. They had previous complaints about misfires and someone died. Big problem for. Well, yeah, it's definitely going to be a problem. If there were, I did not know that there was other misfires. So yeah, that's going to be an issue. But again, that's not on Alec. It's not on the director. It's not. That is on the armor. That is on the armor. The people that are paid to make sure that doesn't happen. So they're going to have to investigate them.
That guy, they're going to have. There's going to have to be multiple investigations. I'm very curious to see where it's going to go. But
there's going to be a lot
even
of.
If it is, I don't know who said it, but somebody said 15% of the blame does go to Alec, and I agree with that number. It's not like
Jay throwing out random dumbass numbers.
Well, regardless of whatever number it is, part of the blame is the man that pulled the trigger. And I think it all comes down to lack of, sometimes on sets, you hear about, oh, we were behind, or, we're losing the light. Safety doesn't take a break.
No.
to sound like an OSHA guy, but where was the OSHA guy on fucking set?
says the OSHA guy. But anyways,
I have fried chicken.
It's always something with this guy. Anyways, we have beaten this horse as much as we could beat this horse. We've kicked it over and over again. Bob has come through and raped it while he eats fish sticks. Jay, you might not be wrong. Let's move. Let's go ahead, and the chatters box have spoken. I actually yes. Holy smokes. We started to get into this, y'all. We started to get into this in the pre-show, and I literally had to cut his camera off and just drop the countdown because I knew this was going to be an intense one, and I knew this was going to be one of those times where Jeff and I just went head to head because we did not agree in any way, shape, and form. And I knew it was going to be a good one between the two of us. So
yeah.
But like I said, we've definitely kicked, as I said, Jeff, we've kicked and beat on this dead horse long enough.
Yeah.
Bob came through and raped it while he ate fish sticks. Let me move on to something a little bit lighter, a little bit cooler.
Let's get light again.
His face is stupid anyways. Somerset, can we just start Jeff's camera off? His face is stupid anyway. And Joe and her want to punch it. Jeff has a very punchable face since he shaved his beard off. I agree.
I know.
Holy shit, Jay! I'm sorry, dude. I didn't know that, man. I'm sorry to hear, brother.
What's that?
Jay's brother passed away.
Oh, that's terrible.
That fucking sucks, man. And I'm assuming this is my guy.
Joke that I refuse to say.
At 45 years old. Holy crap, dude. I'm assuming that Jay is my guy, Monkey Man Jay. We go way back. So, Pops is on your side, Jeff. Pops apparently needs a punch in the face, too. Okay, yeah, good. Okay, yeah, it is Jay. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry to hear about that. What? Not that my feelings would have changed regardless, but that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear about that. I'm not really the praying type, but thoughts and good vibes to your
yes.
To your family. If I was there, I'd hug you and maybe give you a little kiss on the neck and maybe lick your ears. But
it's okay.
Probably give you a double thumbing. I said onto a lighter subject, and Jay's like, "Oh, by the way, my brother died."
Not really light, but, a lot of death in this show. Jesus.
Yeah, he was a troubled person throughout his entire life. He's at peace now, for the first time as the family. But I'm not the end. Not the end we hope for. Yeah. Well, at least he found peace, man. No matter what you believe in, no matter your religion or your beliefs or anything like that, I think most people do view death as an end all be all. That's you find your peace, and hopefully
Well, they say in death, all the questions are answered.
Yeah, hopefully in death we'll all find out that there's another side. Good, bad, evil, in between everything. Mm-hmm. Jay said, well, then Glick called me his gay. I'm really flattered. I don't know what to exactly say. I love you, Jay. If people hear that and they want to take it as me being gay, then so be it. I tell Jeff at the end of every show, I love him.
Yeah. And
this talk wants me to go to the gun range and shoot. Joe wants to go to the gun range and shoot shit up. I want to buy a piece of Brian. Whoa, Jesus! Jay wants to buy a piece of Brian Laundrie's skull and eat it. Well, that's morbid. Summer said, Jay, do I need to mail you my ring? Well, you're gonna have to go find it in the parking lot first.
Yeah, no kidding. I have to turn down.
Okay, bye. Love you guys. I hope you have fun tonight.
Kids went upstairs and I left the TV so loud I can barely hear
it. Buggy, my middle daughter, she's like, okay, well, I'm done watching this. It's a little boring. Bye. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not the receiver. I'm always the pitcher.
Whatever, you're the catcher.
I probably am the only person who loves Jeff, to be honest. I think she did come home. I used to, not anymore, Jay, because I ripped one out. But
my kids like me, damn it.
Apparently, my son thinks I'm going somewhere. He told me earlier that he loves me, and he does it because he doesn't want me to go anywhere because he needs me. But I love you guys. They are over at my broster's house spending the night, and apparently they're watching Halloween Kills because Nick hasn't watched it, and the kids are watching it for the second or third time.
I have to work my way up to it because I'm working through the series. It's just the first two movies are really slow.
Well, we are going to start watching the Halloween series from the beginning because they've never seen it. Obviously, I've seen it. So
Enjoy the bell bottoms.
enjoy them. Oh, I've seen it. They've never seen it.
No, but like the final scenes of the first one, Jamie Lee Curtis has got bell bottoms that look like my Jinko jeans back in the 90s.
They all had bell bottoms in that movie.
Yeah. I never understood why, but
Jamie Lee Curtis is another one of those women. Like, I don't have many quote unquote crushes, like actor crushes. Jamie Lee Curtis, much like Reba McEntire, is another one of those that I've had a crush on since I was a little kid.
Don't get me wrong.
Man alive. Man alive.
Really good in Halloween and 1 and 2 that I've seen. But
apparently, according to Jay, Jamie Lee Curtis has a penis and a vagina.
Well, there you go. Don't crush Chris's dreams.
I don't really care.
Not necessarily she's not necessarily, she's never been my cup of tea, so to speak.
I don't know what it is about her, but I've just always really liked her.
I think it's because she's in all them old movies where she's just screamed a lot. Chris is like, just because I see her all the time.
Hey, hi, Cash. And I really like her, and I've always found her to be attractive. But man, the last two Halloween movies, they did a really good job of making her not look attractive.
Yeah, well, the woman's like what, 60 something?
I don't know. She's probably like 97 at this point. I don't know.
Because the first Halloween was 78. And she was like, what, 20 something? That movie's over 40 years old.
Yeah, what's going on, Corey? Corey came in out of nowhere. She's like, Activia! That's your girl, man. Hey, Cash. Summer said hi, too. Mama said hi.
What is your lighthearted story? Because my brain is still wrapped around Alec Baldwin.
I don't know. I got sidetracked by all this other talk.
He's gonna get his tear tattoo soon.
And oh my god!
I don't know if you've seen that meme yet or not, but it's a picture of Alec Baldwin with a black tear.
Yeah. Save your stand up. Save your stand up routine
not really wrong, but I laughed out loud when I saw it.
Save your stand up routine for Casala Not Funny.
Yeah, where the hell were you, Corey? When I needed to back up, everybody's ganging up on me on this Alec Baldwin thing, and
hey, Pops had your back. Summer was also told that the girls look like me more than Parker. Well, Buggy and you, yeah.
Well, actually,
it's so crazy.
I showed my wife the picture that Summer posted of all of you standing around, and I said, which of the kids are Chris's biologically? And of course, Cash was not picked.
No.
I was like, oops, sorry, wrong. She's like, the girls definitely. I said, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No question.
Well, since the first time.
Boys, she's like, the blonde one? I was like, nope.
Well, since the first time that Summer ever posted a picture of her and the girls, everybody has always said that Buggy, my middle daughter, and her look like they look a lot alike. Today when we was over at Grandma's, Buggy was being a grumpy pants, and she was walking around. She had her bottom lip stuck out, and my cousin, which I thought I was the only one who ever noticed it, because Buggy is my mini me. Like, she looks like me, she acts like me, she's got my same personality, but I also see a lot of my grandpa in her, and then my cousin pointed it out today because Buggy had her bottom lip stuck out. And she was like, does anybody else see George in that face? And I was like, I've seen it, and I think it a million times, but nobody else.
I get that every once in a while. Like, I don't see it in my kids, but apparently they look like me.
No, your kids look nothing like you. They actually look like Juan, maybe Pedro.
Well, I mean, it's obvious in the fact that they're extremely white. And my wife,
they don't even look white, dude. They look Mexican. But that's the thing. Like
clear.
I don't think, and I've seen your kids enough, and anybody who's been on this podcast, who's watched our lives, have seen your kids. I just don't see it. I do think that they look more like Summer said they are Juan's kids. I think they look more like your wife, but also at the same time, they also look a lot alike. And the fact that they both have long hair does not help matters none for your son.
My kid's yelling at me that I didn't eat my cake that my wife brought home last night. The thing is, my wife brought home this carrot cake, and I love fucking carrot cake. I don't like any other cake but carrot cake. She brought home carrot cake, and the bakery she got it from they make it so damn rich that it will put you in a diabetic coma just smelling it. And so I ate like half of it, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't eat no more." Even though I can't taste anything or smell anything, my body was like, "This is way too sweet, dude. You need to stop." And my kid just went down. He's like, "You could have eaten this." I was like, "Yeah, I know."
Go to bed.
Died.
I don't eat a whole. Believe it or not, despite what I look like, I don't eat a lot of sweets. So
I don't eat.
When Summer was up here, she had made it a mission to find the little self-serving graham cracker crust thing, so she could make s'mores in the oven. So you got the little graham cracker pie tin, and then you put the chocolate in there and marshmallows on top. Oh, yeah, and I don't particularly like chocolate, but
I'm not either. I don't either. It's
Parker.
Dare I say it's too sweet?
Yeah. It really is.
I can barely eat a full Snickers bar, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is too sweet. I'm gonna die.
Joanne's apparently. I figured you was drinking tonight, Joe, since you wanted to punch Jeff in the face and you wanted to shoot him in the face, and you need to get drunk. Yeah, Joe, you need to get drunk. In all honesty, get drunk and say fuck it to everything.
Yes,
but
no, there's not.
No, so she made those s'mores. Like she made those s'more things in the oven. But Parker was selling candy bars for the school, and Summer brought me up some chocolate and caramel ones because I like them. I'm not gonna eat them I'm not gonna eat like. Yeah, I'm not gonna eat like 20 of them or anything like that. But I'll eat one every once in a while. So she actually put those in mine. But between the marshmallows and the chocolate and the caramel, it was good. It was Summer, as Summer said, it's so good. They were really good, but it was way too sweet for me, man. Like it was way too sweet. I had to force myself. Yeah, I had to force myself to eat it, and it was only like
when I eat a Snickers bar. My wife every once in a while, when you go through the checkout line, they got Snickers.
Oh, you put Reese's in mine? Oh, my bad. She put Reese's in mine.
Reese's. Oh,
I do
Reese's.
love Reese's.
I love Reese's.
Yeah, I do love me some Reese's.
Once again,
but either way, it was it was just so sweet. I had to force myself to eat it all because yes, it was really good. But I just don't eat a lot of sweets.
Yeah, I can't do it. I don't know what it.
Oh,
I don't
damn,
know what I thought.
Joe's
the only one.
Joe's on her third drink, man. Joe's getting tore up from the floor up tonight. Pops is getting pegged later on.
Bite the pillow.
Bite the pillow, you little bitch. Relax.
Come up behind him and say, "Does this smell like chloroform?"
Yeah, it's just y'all's surprise.
Yeah.
Give me that sweet ass. Come here, boy.
But
Corey said she. Yeah.
When it comes to candy in general, oddly enough, the candy I like, you know the mixed fruit candy. It's like a hard candy. I only like the bananas.
Oh yeah, like the runts.
Yeah, runts. Yeah, I only like the bananas.
Those are the worst ones.
I love the bananas.
Those are the worst ones. This is why people don't like you. Just so you know.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? I have weird tastes.
I like you, but you know. Corey said I like an occasional dessert, but I don't have a super huge sweet tooth. Corey also seconded what I said, and she said the bananas are gross. Dad, can I join you where?
Stop screaming.
Why are they freaking out?
Oh, like I said, my wife brought home 3 pieces of cake from this bakery. Well, despite the fact that she was falling asleep on the couch last night, she ate one.
Oh, yeah.
And now she's asking where it is. Forgetting that she ate. Like, literally, she sat down. She got home last night, sat down. She got home late because she went to get her nails done. She gets her nails done at the salon. And
over at once.
It takes like 2 hours to get her nails done. She gets home, and of course, she's super tired from being at work all day, plus the taxis and all that stuff. She gets home, and I brought her over food, and she ate her food. And I must have tried to take the plate from her like 6 times last night because she was like half full, half empty plate. And I'm like, she's falling asleep. She's like this. And I take the plate. She goes, I'm eating that. I'm like, all right. Finally, I just went to bed. And I said, look, this is the last time I'm telling you. Either come to bed or you sleep on the fucking couch.
Yeah, right. And okay, hold on a second. I think Cash wants to join us. You can come in for a minute, buddy. But you can't stay for a long time. You can come in and say hi, okay? I just sent an invite. You might have to ask your sisters to help you come in. I don't know what their signal's going to be like.
She already ate it. She ate it last night.
Joe just told Summer, if you could read my mind right now. Joe's getting fucking hammered tonight. Joe needs a really good night of drinking, though, in all honesty.
Doesn't everybody, though?
Yeah. No, Summer. Nobody's spilling the tea.
No, let's not spill tea.
Well, spill the tea is
I know
Southern for, yeah. And we're not spilling any tea on here. We're not going.
It wasn't last night.
I said that to my uncle today because my uncle was tormenting my grandma, and my grandma grabbed a sack of potatoes, and he was like, Christopher, come out here and help your grandma with the sack of potatoes. And I got up and I was like, wait a minute, what did you do? Because he came from the kitchen to the living room and tried to get behind me. I was like, what did you do? And Grandma was like, I'm about to hit him with these. I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, yep, I was born at night, but it wasn't last night.
Yeah, I didn't just fall off the turnip truck yesterday.
Yeah, because that's like, that's one of the things I miss now that I'm older. Is that I don't get to hang out with my family as much as I do because we're all smartasses. We're all, just jackasses who just torment each other. Like my uncle was literally just aggravating the shit out of my dad all day today, and it was funny as hell. My dad was like, yeah, don't quit your day job.
Yeah. That is what I was thinking. What is
you gotta turn your camera on, Cash?
Yeah, let's bring Cash in for a little bit, and then I gotta get going. I gotta yell and beat these kids because they're driving me nuts.
Yeah. Trust me, Joe, I'm with you. I'm on the whole I need to get drunk kick, but I bought a 12-pack, so I'm not getting super drunk.
Every night?
Oh, Jeff, I got to tell you, man, I got you and I got to talk off air. I got to tell you some shit.
Understandable.
Summer knows. Actually, Dad Joy knows too. Well, I brought Cash on here, but they don't have the mic on and no camera or anything.
Using iPad 1.
No, I don't know. They're on my brother's laptop apparently.
I saw that.
So yeah, Summer knows it all.
Oh, like I said, that's something obviously for off air. Let's not spill any tea.
I am about to set fire.
Ooh.
I'm about to. Okay, Cash is. Okay. I think Cash is disconnected.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'm about to. I'm about to go to the gas station. I'm about to go down to the Speedway and buy half a gallon of gas because gas is currently $47 a gallon.
Well, in California, it hit in some city in California was $7.54 a gallon.
Summer said "Set Fire to the Rain" by Adele. Yeah, I think I feel like Joe and I are on the same page. Joe and I are both about to set fire to the rain.
Well, let's go ahead and do a quick wrap up. Since you're going to run to the gas station, I'm going to actually.
No, I'm not running. I'm not literally running to the gas station.
No, you're not. You're going to drive over there, you lazy bastard. Across us.
I'm not driving anywhere. I'm not going anywhere, dude. It was a figure.
Oh.
It was a figurative. What was that? Figurative of speech. Did I say that right?
Figure of speech.
A figure of speech. It was figurative.
Figurative.
Oh, I bet you can sing the shit out of some Adele, babe. I do. You know what? I will admit that I actually happen to enjoy a lot of Adele, and back in the day, I may or may not have gotten drunk way more or drunker than I should have, and sang Adele back in the Periscope days.
I can't say I've done that,
but that was also when I had my own house and I could get really drunk and get really loud. I can't really do that now because my fucking neighbors will bang on my floor. Asshole.
That's what a shotgun's good for.
I can't. It's blanks. Bang, bang, bang.
You read my mind. I was like, they're blanks. Oh, whoops.
Oh, God. I can't sing for shit. Summer can. I could actually. I could picture Summer singing Adele. She could. Oh, wait. Here we go. I think they figured it out.
Oh, okay.
He did.
I hear him.
Oh, there's my broster. There he is. Hi, buddy.
He took my car.
There's the broster.
That's because you had me.
Where you at, Cash? We're getting ready to end the show, dude.
You don't like.
Hey, what do you want to do? Nonsensical. Too soon. Corey said too soon. Pop's face on me. What are you doing, buddy? We're getting ready to end the show. Got baby Nonsensical in the house.
There he is.
You got to talk.
I am.
With it.
But the clicks in the house.
With his buzzed head.
Then he wants you to.
I'm getting ready to do that to my kids.
Summer said hi, Cash. Cash. Okay, we're gonna turn the lights off. This is why you don't let your kids in. Okay, that's fine. I have no objections to that.
I get the laptop.
If you kill a Cash.
Yeah.
Cash.
What?
Cash.
What?
Summer said hi, Cass, and she loves you.
I said hi back.
And Jeff said if you kill my broster that he gets the laptop. So after you kill Nick, you got to bring the laptop here so we can start a GoFundMe to pay $3,000 to send a laptop to Jeff.
The cat.
Oh my God. We're not recording a live podcast or anything.
Yeah.
We have the most.
Hey, Cash.
What?
What'd you want to come on here? What'd you want to come on here and say, bud? We're getting ready to end the show. Nothing. You just wanted to come on.
Stick a stick in the trash can.
Jeff's kids come on here all the time.
Why do you say pop cans, weirdo?
Oh, because you get money back when you recycle them, weirdo.
What wanted is not my child. What the hell did you just say, Pops? Okay. Hey, Cash.
What?
Hey, Cash. You want to do the outro? You want to end the show?
No.
You don't want to tell everybody thanks for listening?
No.
You want to tell them to follow us on social media?
No, you can.
Hey, you know what? Tell everybody to give Jeff a thumbin.
A what?
A thumbin.
A wedgie?
Yeah, a wedgie. No, a thumbin. Bye, Corey.
I don't know what that is.
Just
You're not supposed
say
to know.
everybody.
Say it.
Say everybody. Thanks for listening.
No,
You just
you
say it.
can't. No, you can't.
Okay. Will you tell everybody to give Jeff a double thumbing?
Tell everybody to give Jeff a double thumbing?
I don't know what that means.
You don't have to know what it means. Just say everybody give Jeff a double thumbing.
I don't want to.
Okay, fine. All right. Well, we gotta end the show, okay, bud?
Okay, I'm trying to find out how to find the.
I'll end it. All right, I love you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, just hit the.
Bye. I love you.
Bye. Bye.
I'll see you tomorrow morning. Well, that was.
And the guest of the
he's
show
famous,
goes to,
the
award for the best guest goes to.
Yeah, God. As he's famously known by Tony D and the likes, that is Baby Nonsensical, because that is his nickname that was given to him by Tony D. So the night that we were all playing Uno, and I was so drunk that Cash had to come in and help me. Father of the Year award right here, baby.
Father of the Year strikes again.
All right. That was funny. That was a fun night. That was awesome. But yeah, we are going to end the show. I'm probably going to come back. Jeff's not going to come back. I got a couple more beers I want to drink. But I'm going to come back and hang out. We're going to come back and you award I drink so that we can raise money for me to pay my rent this month. Anywho, Jeff froze up.
Did I freeze?
God. No. Well, your camera froze. Or there you go. Now you're back. It's getting a really bad echo.
On it.
It's getting a really bad echo.
Fucks it up.
Oh, hold on a second. It might be. Hold on a second.
Let me see if I can fix it on my end.
Down. We've had so many technical difficulties lately. And drop that down. Do that. Close that. Open that. Close that. Okay, I'm good now. You're not good, but I'm good. Oh God, did we just completely lose our feed?
No, I'm still
here. Well, your camera froze, and so I didn't know if you were.
Yeah, my camera's frozen.
I didn't know if you were dead staring the camera or not, just silently looking at everything.
I was literally trying to. I got a message. I have a job interview tomorrow.
What the hell is that?
I think that's what
I know.
Messed us up.
I know better. No, I didn't.
I know better.
No, I don't. Anyways. Thank you guys for listening tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Chatter's Box, lively as always. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us.
Yeah.
We will be back Wednesday night for a brand new episode of Nonsensical Nonsense where, I don't know, Jeff and I will probably find something else to argue about.
Yeah.
I got this fucking echo that's killing me.
I know. The echoes are the worst.
Shut your face off, Jeff. Oh, Jesus, John. Anyways, if you guys aren't already, feel free to check us out on all social media at Nonsensical Nonsense. Oof, the audio is fucked.
Oof,
and
fucked.
And if you want to check out every episode of the podcast, you can find us at Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, all at Nonsensical Nonsense. And you can also
Unless you can do
always
you can also podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what is this? Oh, Summer sending me contacts for lawyers. Anyways, and that's how we end the show. And Nonsensical Nonsense Snapman, let me know if you come back on, and I'll come join. I'm having a few drinks myself. Oh, okay. Well, if I come on, you'll get the notification. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, guys. Appreciate y'all, and we will see you guys Wednesday for a brand new episode. Make sure you check us out on all social media and wherever you get your podcast, y'all. Go give us a liking, go give us a follow, go give us a thumbing. And also, while you're at it, go check out our guys in Blacktop Mojo. That's not the song I wanted. Oh, easy, guys. You come in hot. Hot mic, Matt. Hot mic, Matt.
Calm down. Calm down there, Cheese.
Matt got the calm down there, Chief. Matt got the calm down there, Chief. Yeah, we're going to end the show. You know what we're ending the show with.
Deuces.
Deuces. We're out of here. Oh, shit, Chuck.
Yeah.
Sir, can I help you?
Do you have any weapons of any kind? Anything to defend yourself?
Sir, this is a Speedy Mart. We have hot dogs 2 for $1. I just put them on the roller yesterday. They're pretty good.
No, man, like something sharp, something like I can stab, defend myself with.
I've got some sharp cheddar combos over there. It's kind of like a Ritz cracker pregnant with a cheese, baby.
All right. Well, let me just take one of these lighters, and I'm going to borrow your bug spray, and can I borrow your bathroom key as well?
Yeah, bathroom key. All right. I got your bathroom key right there. Make sure you bring that back. And that'll be $13.62. And I'm going to have exact change, sir. We're in a coin shortage at the moment.
Whatever, man. Okay. Is that... No, I'm sorry.
A mogul in the sky, take this sacrifice. I wanna live forever. And now, a spirit in the earth, give me another, make me a god like you.
Oh shit, Chuck!
Oh shit, Chuck!